Hmm. Hmm.
I'll be struggling to know what pants to throw on, bro. How the fuck do y'all decide what pants to throw on, bro? Like, it's a random ass Saturday right now. Like, is it Friday? That's Saturday. Like, I damn sure don't know right now. I'm not going to no party. I should have put the word. I should have. Ain't nothing verbally off limits. Was good, Taya. How you feeling? Ain't nothing verbally off limits, man, in the conversation. And I think that's one of the biggest issues, man. I'm literally cracking the Da Vinci Code in front of us right now. One of the biggest issues why guys are not able to smash a lot of women is because they hold their tongue. They hold their tongue. What's up, everybody? Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you lock in. Make sure you subscribe right off the rip. It's 22 people in here. Make sure y'all subscribe right away. So your conversation stops when you stop because there's not a topic we can't talk about, right? That's why I titled this video what I titled it. I titled this video what I titled it, bro. I can't speak Spanish. A good question would be what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? What came first, the feeling? What came first, the feeling or the idea? Like when you go to talk to somebody, what's coming first? Like, is it an idea that like, oh, like we're in the middle of a war right now, or the um, is it the idea or the feeling? Because if you it's like, I'm gonna give you an example why I say this, right? If you feel insecure, you won't know what to say. So obviously, your feelings and your thoughts are one. So the block in between you and the baddie that you're trying to talk to is a feeling or a thought. Which one came first? Was it the feeling or the thought? I'm talking. I know, but I'm saying in terms of conversation skills, what came first, the feeling or the thought? And in terms of when you say, "Oh, okay, I've been talking for 5 minutes now, all of a sudden I don't know what to say." Who told you that? A feeling or a thought? What was that? A feeling? I agree, but I also believe you could. It could be both. It could be trauma. It could be energetic. I guess that is a feeling, right? Energy, energy that's trained, energy that's been trained into you that is coming up right now. That's like, oh, here's the wall. You can't talk about sex. You're in the middle of a gym. You can't tell her you can't talk about sex. You know what I'm saying? Or Uh, the feeling could be I'm being watched right now. Camera right here, camera here, camera here. I'm being watched. Surveillance. So now you feel insecure about what you genuinely want to say. Because right, a lot of women nowadays are saying like a lot of guys don't want to approach me. You ladies in the chat, are do y'all feel that way? Like a lot of guys don't want to approach y'all. What's good? Level up. How you feeling, bro? Shout out to Cincinnati. What's good, Jennifer? What you mean them? What you mean this? What do you mean, Selena? This? K edits say if it was thought first, if it was thought first, there will be no feeling of how you thought. That do feeling is first. Hmm? The question is, which one is it? That. What's the root problem? Is it the feeling or the thought? Which one came first? When you decided you wasn't good enough, you couldn't talk to that woman. She was better than you. Your conversation sucked. What came first, a feeling or a thought? I know one word right now in my mind is popping out to me. It's the word emotion. So obviously, emotion could be a feeling or a thought. Emotion really could be a thought because emotion is just energy. We have a body, just like this phone, right? We have a body. A body is like it's a fucking a bottle. A body is like a bottle, right? So it's like you have a body. A feeling could come. A feeling could start in your mind. It could start in your body somewhere. A seed could be planted, and then it could grow like a tree. That's how emotions happen. What you mean feeling really? What you mean? See, I like to dismiss my feelings. I like to reject my feelings. I like to move them around. I like to bully my feelings because if not, they could bully you. They can manipulate you. They could make you do what they want you to do. So the relationship with your feelings is important when it comes to, in my opinion, communication. When it comes to communication, um, also I want to say this before we get too deep into this video. No one studies distraction. Distraction is something that needs to be studied if you really want to be good with women. Why is distraction so important to study if you want to be good, not only with women, but life, business, everything? But why is distraction so important for us to break rapport with? Why is distraction so important for us to look at, get mad at, accept that it's that powerful, and then change the relationship with it? You could say, yo, I'm not feeling this girl. It might be thought, but still, you will never had said that if you had a feeling. I don't understand what you're saying with that. You could say, yo, I'm not feeling this girl. Why would you say that? It might be thought. Are you saying sometimes people feel think? That's a therapeutic term, feel think. You think you're thinking, but you're really feeling. You could be thinking you thinking, and you really it's a mixed. It's a thought that's still mixed with some feelings. Okay, yeah, that's always a possibility. Um, yeah, that's the tricky thing about them, about feelings. What is the meaning of life? I don't know. I don't know that one. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. But I know we're talking about the game. I think dating is the meaning of life. Having game is the meaning of life. People gonna watch this and be like, what? What's wrong with that nigga? Yeah, man. But to do what you want to do is the meaning, literally the meaning of life. You're either a slave or an owner. So if you're not doing what you want to do, what does that make you? And you can't give anybody advice if you're not doing what you want to do. So that's my opinion, bro. But I could just be ignorant. But aren't we all? So yeah, long story short, what's good, super? Story short, at what point do you stop being attractive? If attractive was on a continuum or on a line, a lineage or a timeline, we all start off at the beginning, which is super attractive. He's, oh, who is this guy? He's just a stranger. He's cute. He's this. That's what women think. Until you break that frame, until you mess it up. They don't mess it up for us. And I want to make this clear. I do believe in semen, or not literally semen retention, but I believe in retaining of all all things as a man. That's seen across all different cross contextual with everything in life. Like, would you just want your blood to just pour out of you? No. Would you just want your hair to fall out? No. Would you just want their teeth to fall out? No. You know what I'm saying? Why is the sperm in you in the first place? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want nothing in your body to be on the ground. So do I believe in um like super discipline, never jerk off? No. But do I believe in the way that this culture is doing it? Not either. I don't believe in that either. You know what I'm saying? So whenever a woman rejects you, she's blessing you. When a woman doesn't pull up to your crib, she's blessed you. And I'm not being funny and I'm not being facetious and I'm not being some dickhead. I'm serious. When a woman doesn't drain you, you're blessed. But a lot of guys they don't reframe the thought. What's one of your favorite memories? Being at this park in my neighborhood as a my neighborhood is this park. You feel what I'm saying? It's this park that's just got a lot of memories. I smashed like two chicks at that park. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of memories. So, but it ain't about smashing, bro. It's just about running around playing basketball and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe. It was a vibe, bro. It was a cool thing. It's a lot of memories though. That's just one. You seem mad self ob- obsessed. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Why? Why? And again, man, people are open for their interpretations of other people, bro. That's not as severe as as you think. You know, people are getting blown up right now, bro. Like I don't take nothing you say serious. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not self-obsessed. I'm self-observant, and I'm an observer. I'm an observer of life. How many people could say in this chat right now that they people watch? You go everywhere. You don't never just watch people. You don't never just appreciate life. You know what I'm saying? Or go shopping by yourself. Or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of them people who love themselves. I'm one of the people who love themselves. So it's like I'm supposed to be depressed. I'm supposed to feel like everyone else, but I don't. I'm like, yo, everybody's scared of isolation. Everybody's scared of this. Everybody's scared of that. I'm like, nigga, what? Man, you mean to tell me I don't gotta be bothered with nobody? I'm good, bro. What's good, Deborah? You mean to tell me I don't gotta be bothered, bro? I'm good, bro. Yeah, man. I think another point where you stop being attractive to women is when you start feeling insecure. Like this loser just tried to tell me something negative. Any negative thought could collapse your auric field. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think we think about that. So we just let people say, "Oh," and then we take anything anyone say, and we have a subconscious, so that collects data. Like, it doesn't let things go. Was good super clips. So when you talk to a quote unquote bad bitch, right? Your subconscious is literally gonna like skim through that data of what you've allowed other losers to tell you about yourself. And so you're talking to this stunning, gorgeous 10 that everybody in your neighborhood or uh, everybody in your town thinks is beautiful. Even your fucking mom thinks she's beautiful. And, you know, if you can't get a 10, you damn sure can't get a 7. I think there's been a misconception like, oh, I can just. I already told y'all easy pickings is a myth. And I already told y'all, like, I had one friend that uh, we was talking about game probably like 7 years ago. And he was like, he told me that he heard that you're supposed to smash the fat chicks and start with them or something like that. And even though that isn't necessarily wrong, like a lot of guys do that, I guess. But I told him at the time, I'm like, nah, bro, that's not really necessarily what you're supposed to do. But maybe a lot of guys took that path. But long story short, what I'm trying to say, there's no such thing as easy pickings. That is a myth. Even for women, women try to pick guys that they think they can control, and they realize they can't control them. That's what 95% of breakups in America came from, a false sense of entitlement and control. Um, but I'm here to break the myth by telling you if you can't talk to a 9 or a 10, you can't talk to a 6 because they see life different. They see life as, why would he even be talking to me? I'm not all that. I'm not even I'm not even bad. So they looking at it a different way. And it's psychology based. It's not, you can't assume this shit like, oh, cause she's a 5. She's just no, it's a brain thing. It's a neurology thing. Like what makes this person feel this way? Like you wouldn't know if you walk into this territory, these gang members ain't gonna play with you. You walk into this territory, these gang members let you get away with whatever. You can't predict because she's a 6 that she's easy. What do you have in the bed? So yeah, that you can't assume that, man. And that's another thing that makes you unattractive. I thought about this yesterday. What makes a man unattractive is that he picks his fights with women. You know, he picks his fights. You don't want to pick when it comes to women. You just want to deal with them and talk to them all and communicate with them all. I know that sounds fucking insane, but that's something I had realized lately. Like, if you only chase sevens, eights, nines, and tens, what does that say about you as a man? It says a lot. It says that you're weak. I feel like it says you're weak because to single out somebody because they look good is it's like a humiliation ritual. It's like an indirect humiliation ritual because you might be chasing them, but they might not even want you. So you're chasing. You mean to tell me you jump in the ocean and go straight for the sharks? I'm saying you talk to everybody as humans. You treat people a certain way as a human. That's different than saying, "Oh, she's some fine shit. I'm gonna go to holler at her," because I want niggas to see that I got some fine shit. That's where that come from. That's where that attitude come from. Now it's different if you in a classroom with a chick and y'all just you in a you see her every day, and I guarantee because you see her every day, she's not even that fine to you. She might still be beautiful, but she's not on a pedestal. What's good, Luca? Trying to get you up out this club if it means spending a couple throwing dubs, about 30 stacks in the back, make it rain. So yeah, man. Point blank, let's go back to the main topic. As a man, we all have a voice. As a human, but as a man, talking to the men right now, we all have a voice. And your voice matters, but it stops mattering when you say she's fine. And I'm trying to get y'all to grasp that mentally. Like, why is that going to frustrate you? Because you're cutting off 70% or 80 or even 90, maybe like 80% of women and saying, y'all all move to the side. Y'all all got the same thing between y'all legs. And it's all useful and all reproductive. But besides that, we're just gonna move y'all all to the side. And I'm gonna focus on only these women and get turned down on a daily basis for doing it. Because no matter how beautiful women are, and they might be some shallow ones out there, they all have enough decency to realize that you're being a loser right now. Because let's be honest, you as a man, it boils down to how you feel. Like I know me as a man, it says, I don't care if she a five, a four, a three, a two, and a one, right? How is she treating you? How is she treating you? And because you guys don't look at that, 365 days out the week, you make bad mistakes. You make bad decisions. You make non-reversible mistakes because God will, or the universe or whoever will put a woman in front of you or a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? And your lust, it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the what came first, the feeling or the thought. The word lust is the perfect word inside of the middle of that. If you have two circles, lust and the thought, the word lust, I mean, if you have feeling and thought, the word lust could be in the middle of that, keeping you chained together like this. Because how can I talk from an honest stance to a woman? I'm not stoned. How can I talk from an honest energy and an honest disposition, an honest nature to a woman if I want to sleep with her? Like 80 to 90% of the women I slept with in my life, came from me just chilling and them being sexually turned on. It wasn't like I had to really do anything. It wasn't like I had to do anything. So how can a guy that's not doing anything turn women on more than a guy that's doing something? I'm breaking it down scientifically because aspect, the honesty aspect. When you tell a woman shut the fuck up, you ain't all that. She's not attracted because you're dissing her. She's attracted because you're not betraying yourself. Get the fuck out of here. She's attracted because you really felt that. Said what you was honest. That's what she's attracted to. That was honest. You know when a woman see a guy and why she really chases him is because she sees that his disposition is powerful. She's like, this guy has goals, hobbies, activities, and other things that circulate his life like oxygen. And she's like, it looks refreshing over there. It looks like he's living in his truth. He's having some motion, and I want to be a part of that for her own selfish benefit. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is how biology works. Human beings are all selfish. So you can't manipulate a woman because she's not only being selfish, she was born that way. Like I always say, this is something I love to say. We all were born one way, right? We don't care about our parents or nobody because when we was born, we didn't even know who they was, but we wanted some milk from that titty. We said two things I'm gonna need while I'm on this fucking rock. I'm gonna need a titty with some milk in it, and I'm gonna need to take my first breath. And without those two things, you didn't give a fuck what your parents' names was and all of that shit. You didn't care about your cousins. You didn't care about nothing. You wanted those two items. That shows you the leech nature of humanity. Everyone's a leech. So how can you manipulate a leech? You can't, because it only has one job. It's to suck from you. So how you gonna manipulate that? So a lot of times a woman will come around when she sees success, but she's not going to even like you 80% of the time. Now there's that 20% where those women genuinely appreciate you. I don't even think love is real. I think appreciation is real. That's what's real. Because people only like think about Trump right now, right? In your mind, you're gonna be like, yo, why is he bombing other niggas? Like, shouldn't we just chill and be all at peace? Like, I mean, we're already powerful. Like, why we got to do all that? But then if it works and then like something positive comes out from the shit he's doing, now you're like, oh, he's kind of like, I respect that. I honor that. That's bold, you know? Because if I was him, I probably would did some bitch ass shit, right? So now you think it from a different stance. So how can you flip flop like that? It's because humans are leeches. If you see an opportunity, you want a piece of it. But if shit go left, then you don't want nothing to do with it. How am I high? I'm not high. I'm just exalted with knowledge and wisdom and courage. And I'm telling you facts. You have to believe the facts. You have to leave the bones and you know how that saying go. Sometimes crazy is actually just biology. It's not really crazy. It's just biology. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. What's good, Rachel? How you feeling today? Where you from, Rach? Do anybody call you Rach? Listen, man, I'm just telling y'all, at what point do you give your power away to women? What point? I'm just trying to scan and trying to get that shit down under a microphone. And like, I mean, the micro glass. Like, at what point do guys lose their integrity when they talking to these women? There's always a point, and if you look back at the X-ray scan, you're like, oh, in year 2022, I stopped hanging with my friends and started hunching. every day with this female, and I lost my wave. I'm good from Tennessee. How is it out there? Shout out to Tennessee. Let me ask you: is in terms of conversation skills, how is that? Do you feel like when you run into men, are the conversations bad? Do you feel like what makes a good conversation or a bad conversation for you? Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new to the chat, man. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But we probably gonna be live for like an hour. Smoky Mountains is nice. Yeah, I love nature. You know what I'm saying? Nature is very beautiful. It has a lot of um it's very giving. I know that women use that term a lot, but it's very giving. It's giving. I love nature for that reason. Like I said, all human beings are is leeches. So anything that gives something to us, we love. I love nature because it gives oxygen. It's sunlight. you know, I like greenery, like leaves and shit like that, trees. So it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit, man. I love that shit. Down to earth type shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought you was about to say I could give you a bucket. I thought you were talking about on the basketball court. I was say no the fuck you can't. No the fuck you can't. I ain't played basketball in a minute, but I will cook you. I will cook you, bro. It's been too long. But yeah, man, we got a lot of good topics today. We got a lot of stuff in the vault. You know what I mean? Let me see. Did any of y'all um vote in this poll right here? It says, "Are you lost in conversation often? Are you lost in conversation often?" 54% said yes. 46% said no. Did any of y'all vote? So for my fellas, because I like to talk to the fellas when I go live. I mean, a lot of women do. Y'all come in here and stuff. Uh, Fanbo, what you say? What you say? I'm trying to track at what point do you lose your like aura? Like when you talk to like say even like if for all y'all that's new to like the pickup artists and the dating world, whatever. Certain pickup artists they say a one set, two set, three set, four set, five set. Let's use that as a handful of analogy, right? So depending on where you go, it could be Target, Walmart, the mall, wherever, the beach. You'll run into one sets, two sets, three sets, and four sets of mixed sets. That's what they call it, mixed sets. So there'll be two women with two guys, and or it'll be a mom with her daughter and son, or it'll be a mixed set, a mom, a dad, and a daughter. Two friends and a nephew. A mixed set. So anytime you go outside, you're gonna see people. See, a lot of people go outside, they don't even see people because they're so busy just focused on what they're doing. I just subscribed to your channel. Real recognized real from East Oakland, but I live in Albine, Texas. Now, shout out to you, bro. I was thinking about moving to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin Durant. Rachel, why you running off so fast? I appreciate you though. I appreciate you though. Talk to you soon. Fam says everybody wipe your feet off before you come in and hit that for sure. For sure. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Helps the channel to grow as a community. Respect. the host, and enjoy your stay. Shout out to Fanboy. Fanboy, man. Shout out to you, bro. Might have to make you a moderator after that shit, brother. I'm scared to ask Rachel how old she is, because from the look of your profile, you might be like 16 or some shit. But listen, man. Um, how old are you? But listen, Obama officially who backed Iran deal sparks online outrage. Okay, cool. Do you have Snapchat or Instagram? Matter of fact, let me ask this. I'm gonna start asking y'all this because every time I ask that, not every time, but a lot of time y'all say no about Snapchat. It's periodic, periodic. I'm gonna ask y'all this because I have all social media platforms as of today. What social media? I don't even know how to ask that shit. Listen, man, it's a lot. It's real slimy outside right now. It's real grimy and slimy and conniving out there, man. I don't have social media because there's so much drama with my family going on. Okay, I understand that. Uh, it's all good. Just subscribe, lock in. It's all good. So, let me go ahead and pull up what I was going to talk about today because I'm getting sidetracked by the some of this stuff on this phone right here. So so one of the tips I wanted to bring up today was for the fellas is that you're not going to always know what to say, but the key is to expect yourself to not. Like, right? So like I'm not going to always know what to say, but by me accepting that I'm not going to always know what to say allows me to say something new or to accept, like, you got to accept death to live. I don't know what to say right now, but like the more you accept that you don't know what to say, you allow a new like thought or idea to flow in. But people attached to, like, I don't know what to say, and they cringe and they hold on to that thought because they love that thought. That's the only thought they accept. But me, like, even yesterday I talked to a couple women, and I don't always go in with a game plan. I just kind of keep my eyes open, like, and I kind of like live in a moment, and I let the chips fall where they want type shit. And that's something I hate though, because sometimes I want to have a plan, and as of lately, I've been crafting more plans. Does that make sense to you? I've been crafting more plans, and they work. A lot of people say pickup lines don't work, and I disagree. And then a lot of people say simultaneously that you're just saying anything, and that don't work. Obviously, that fucking shit don't work. Um, Problem is as a man, you're a leader, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Corrupted? How you been, bro? I remember that name from somewhere. Sometimes the plan is get your bitch ass off my shit. Hold on, let me see. What's good, man? We got a good conversation about conversation. Got a good conversation about the conversation. Cause like conversation definitely do rule the nation, but like people don't want to accept that conversation rule the nation. So then they have a lot of issues because really all what you want comes from conversation, whether it's money, sex, whatever it is, gonna come through a conversation. So like my question is like, at what point do you stop talking? Because it ain't a woman that alive that don't like to talk. So at what point do you not pick up the phone and make her walk towards your crib with the talk that you talk? Hold on, let me see. Um, Let me see. I'm confused on what to say sometimes. Dr. Monologue, how you doing today? And that's the thing. That's why I came up with this. I mean, I didn't come up with it, but I recognized that topics, right? When I was in the gym, what was it, yesterday? I'm sitting there and realizing I came up with this whole product. I always tell you about the conversational car, but using your 10 fingers, you want to have 10 different topics at all times. Those topics, you can use ChatGPT to help you craft those topics, but they should just be something, they should be what they are. I can't tell you, and that's what today's topic is about, really. Like, I can't really tell you what to talk about because I know every human being has self-respect, so they be wanting to say what they want to say and be honest about what they say. So, like, I know for me, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, there's certain topics that naturally bring sex into the equation. There's certain topics that naturally um, are perfectly for the date, right? There's perfect topics for a date. There's perfect topics for a first link up. There's perfect topics for an approach. There's perfect topics for whatever. And for me, I'm still figuring that out, to be honest. Like, um, literally as we speak, because this is how this whole topic today started off. Because what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Some people, they feel something, and then that's just how they come up with what to say. And then some people, they think something, and then they say, they put it through a computerization of like, is this right or wrong? I believe that the thinking man is better than the feeling man in most cases, but I believe both of them can have a good conversation. I've realized for myself, I'm more of a filler. Like, that's like around my friend groups and growing up around my friend groups, and even like with women and shit. Like, during conversation, I'm saying what I want. That could be bad or good. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting better at real conversation by saying what you want. You're just saying you're like a little kid saying what you want. But the thinker says what's right and what's appropriate. And that's going to leave you more mature, in my opinion, more my opinion, in a better position than if you're just saying anything. Because, but obviously, the whole giftedness is to be able to do both, to choose when to say what you want, and to also be able to be attractive and say what needs to be said. So that's my thought process, yang and yin. But I put the like I said, I put the structure over the other thing, because as a man, we have to lead the conversation. So I'm gonna put the righteous over the emotion. So I'm gonna bring up things that I feel like matter, like that moves the needle, drives the needle forward. Like, we all know that flirting and teasing, We could look at those as topics if we want, but I'm just saying those two things, flirting and teasing, have to come in to show personality at first. And from what from what I've listened to lately, from certain pickup artists, you never stop flirting and teasing. I think that's where guys go wrong. They stop. And that's really my big question that I kind of framed for you a couple minutes ago is at what point do you really lose aura? You lose aura when you start to feel insecure. You start to feel insecure when you stop. Uh, it's like a domino effect. It affects each other. If you feel insecure, you stop talking. If you stop talking, you feel insecure. So then they both form this other third version of yourself. As long as you feel secure, you'll keep talking. As long as you keep talking, you might feel secure. So you either always doing living this way or you're always living that way. But if you're in the middle, then it's going to leave you kind of like in this prone to stress, in my opinion, territory. It's just like the good old saying: you got winners and you got losers. Like everyone in the middle is just trying to figure out which one they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a fun place to be in necessarily. At least if you know you losing, then you know that you know how to get. You got one direction. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you're winning, then you that usually builds on itself quite easy if that makes sense. Like Drake could make $1 million, another million right now, because he's already got money. A person with $0, like myself, I come from like not having nothing really. Like I mean, some people might think so, but not. Like to be honest, I'm very not. I didn't come from much, but I mean, I had a chance like everybody else, but with school and shit. But long story short, we all got our own level of poverty, right? So it's just up. Like in my mind, in my brain, is just up. If I slow down, it's because I'm wasting time or doing something or being distracted or something like that. That's why I said in this conversation, to be good with women, you must have a relationship with the word distractions enough. You need to form a relationship. You have to know how powerful that motherfucker is. Like that's probably the most dangerous villain in your mind is distraction. Because look at the word disaction or distraction, which is to attraction. You need traction. Views, money, that's traction. Women, that's traction. Distraction. So when people say a lot of this shit, it really is right there in your face. Like a woman is a distraction. If she's playing games, if she tell you she won't pull up and she don't twice, three times, she's playing games. And not only that, it's more devilish than that because if she plays games and you don't have any game, then you believe that you're not good enough. She leaves you worse than she met you. If you depending on how you feel about that interaction, if that makes sense. Because now you go talk to another woman, and in the back of your mind, you believe like, damn, I get rejected a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, biology don't care. It's ruthless, dark. Um, it's very ebony. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's they're gonna save you in that. It's like in that regard. So you either have game or you don't. You put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, it's beauty in struggle, and you know, my whole thought process has always been selfish, and the reason for that is because I spent a lot of time by myself as a child, bro. Like I was a cool motherfucker, but I just was raised a certain type of way, so I just don't be giving a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason for me why I think it's hard to have conversations sometimes, because I be already doubting that motherfucker's gonna be able to digest what I'm about to say. You ain't about to digest what I'm about to say. You too busy in the matrix. You too busy living a regular life. You feel what I'm saying? Some people be thinking I'm a rebel because I believe one way or another I fit into that, that archetype. Not that I try, I never tried ever. I mean, when I was sixth grade, fifth grade, might have, we all get curious like about like who you are and how you're gonna be. But I genuinely believe you are who you hang with. But sometimes you can hang with the goodest of the goodest. If that ain't you, that ain't you. Like Tupac, like I feel like Tupac was like he could hang with anybody, but in his heart, it was kind of like he would have had to do more than just hanging with somebody. Like he would have had to change so much, like drastically. He would have had to be something he's not. That's what I'm trying to tell people right now. Like you had to literally be somebody else, like because some people just ain't built for this shit, bro. I feel like the world is a very, very demonic place sometimes. That's why we gotta. I mean, if you got a God, you better pray. Get that dark shit off you, up off you, man. Uh, man, I keep my conversations short with people. I don't think nothing wrong with that. I don't think nothing wrong with keeping your conversation short. But in terms of dating, I think that see a lot of people. I would say they roll their dice differently. I think when I think of conversation, I think for myself, stretching conversations out make me more sexy because I think a lot of women ain't expecting me to do that sometimes. And I think when I do that, it kills them because they're like, damn, if I don't fuck with him, another bitch gonna get that attention. And it's gonna be bad because it's like a lot of guys do it from a different like two men could do the same thing and it go two different ways. That's why I keep talking about keep saying men shouldn't be friends with women. And I'm like, women usually want to fuck me when I'm their friend. So I can't really relate to you. And I never really been friend zone. I've been in school, I've been in the neighborhood, I've been, you know, at the same job. Me talking doesn't turn women off. I think people just don't know what to talk about and they're not stimulating. So it go back to what I was just saying. Like, I don't know about you, this might not be your nervous system, but if for some people, if they stop talking, they're going to go up in their head and make an assumption about something. And then that's going to lead back into them saying, oh, this is why I don't talk. And then it's going to lead to that woman feeling like leading the conversation. Oh, I might as well just lead this conversation. Now you have a woman leading you in the conversation and it just go bad. Like, I'd rather a woman leave me the fuck alone. I'm either going to be the one bringing up the topics or just leave me the fuck alone. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's not a dictatorship, but it's just my own personal uh my life, you know what I'm saying? Like what I prefer in my life. So for me that works. Like just you know what I'm saying? Like that's my thought process, bro. I'm not trying to control her. If she wanna talk, say whatever the fuck you want. But that's another thing too, like when you bring up the topics on your topics that you choose instead of her bringing up the topics, um it's easier to you I feel like you naturally gain a sense of control over a conversation. There can only be one leader and one follower. There can only be one masculine and one feminine. And a lot of people hear that and they don't never change. But because I do this content on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, I have to change. Like there's no way that I could stay the same. Like and like I said, it's beautiful because women do miss out on blessings. You got to think about yourself like no different than like this analogy right here. If I was to go outside right now as a man and 100 bums walk up to me and offer me Well, they try to tell me like, hey, can I talk with you real quick? And I'm like, no. That's what a bad bitch day is like. That's the same thing as a baddie's day, right? Like, no, like I'm good. No, thank you. This motherfucker out on sandals and they dirty. Get the fuck why are these bums coming up to me? Oh my god. But whole time that bum is either about to give you $100, $1 million, whatever, whatever. What is this? What am I trying to say? People are still people. You don't know who's about to be who, what's about to happen, or you don't even know your own trajectory. The average person don't even know who they're gonna be next year. The average person don't know nothing about themselves or anybody else. But they're taught to train to just reject, 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 reject. And like I said, only accept what you feel. This is the dangerous word. What they feel is gonna feed them back or give them some nutrients or whatever, so that they can have a better survival, whatever. But why do you think people double back or spin the block or come back? Because this world ain't got nowhere to run. You don't got nowhere to run. You go around and find a loser that you don't really like. That's what you do. So knowing you have all the power that God gave you in the first place and it never left you, fellas, what are you gonna do about that? A woman was supposed to front on you. She's supposed to lie in your face. She's supposed to connive. She's supposed to snake. She's supposed to do all that. But they like men who don't waver. Listen, I don't care. Listen, matter of fact, listen, I don't want you no more. Dip. Gone. Be gone. Hey, listen, what you're about to build as a man is bigger than what God didn't make her a man. You feel what I'm saying? She could be a boss bitch, whatever, but she can't be a man. You feel what I'm saying? He put his paintbrush on you, man. He gave you muscles. He gave you hands to build. Men are builders. And when you work on yourself, if you die working on yourself, that's the better orgasm. That's the better orgasm. Not to mention scientifically, they say when you die, you release. You don't try to suck in more air. When the last time y'all seen a person suffocating from dying? People don't be suffocating. They be like, oh, I'm all right. It's an acceptance thing at that point. People just scared. They're trained psychologically from day one that death is scary. So they trained to stick here, but then they let go. It's the let go. Oh shit. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let the bitch go. You know what I'm saying? People just have acceptance issues. So, like I said, man, conversation is a two-way street. If a bitch don't want to sit there and talk to you, kick rocks, leave her alone, move on. You're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that shit. That's the framework. That's the framework. It's business. It's a value exchange. People are leeches. They don't care about you unless they see that you. Why is it a woman will reject a scrawny motherfucker and then he get muscles and then she wanna get on her knees? That's crazy to me. It's the same person. He just looked better. But like I said, we're even that way, right? If a chick is hitting the gym and she work on that ass, now we want some. If she was a fucking toothpick, we was gonna be like, man, I would smash, but I don't know. That mentality is crazy though. You were speaking to women. I thought you had a girlfriend. I never said that. When did I say that? Oh, I was watching someone who looked like Fulton, but it's not Fulton. But he entered the stream like a minute ago. What's good, Naima? How you been? How you feeling today? Is the conversation supposed to be about something? This conversation, or you talking about when you're talking to somebody? Listen, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring to the forefront of people's mind, to their awareness, the word topics, because that's all this is. That's all this shit is. When the topic dies, people say, all right, man, I'm about to log off. I'm about to log out. I'm about to go do what? Something else, which is also a topic. Take a shower, watch a movie. You know, whatever it is, it's a topic, but your brain ain't telling you it's a topic, but it's a topic. Everything's a topic. It's a subject. It's something, it's an article. It's something for us to have these talking points, or Coach Kyle calls them injection. You know, injection. I notice he used that word a lot. It is like an injection. You inject. I like that word because what it signifies is that you're not always leading the conversation. So sometimes you got to, well, they call it interject, but inject into the conversation a flirt, a tease, a statement, a question. You're not, when you go to school for the first portions of your year, you're taught to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. And that's when you're the most susceptible and moldable. So you're just like, unless I'm being talked to, I don't really, I can't interject. I can't really ask a question. And I feel like that's fucking crazy, but uh, that's how it is. And so a lot of people's conversation skills never change from that pattern or that way of thought. So when you see a bad bitch, you're like, oh, I can't really just tell her nice ass cheeks and shit like that. But even though that's what's going to lead to reproduce, probably possibly reproduction. But I mean, who is God, and why should I listen to him? I mean, uh, uh, like if you tell a baddie nice ass cheeks, oh you creep, whatever. But like what I'm trying to basically point out is that what makes you hot isn't always right, and what's always right doesn't even got anything to do with being hot. And obviously, women want their men to be hot, and obviously, men want their women to be sexy. And again, we have a self-serving heart. The time that we're born, we're nothing but a fucking leech sucking on the titty on purpose. Well, not on purpose, but God driven or whatever, biologically driven to suck on the titty to get something for our own good, not for our mom, not for somebody else that was here before us. We don't even know anyone's name. We don't know our grandmother's name. We don't know nobody, but we want milk and some oxygen. You want those two things, and that's it. We're gonna cry like a bitch until we get it. We don't care. Who are these aliens that's abducting me right now? I don't care about them. I want some milk. And I just, in my mind, I thought of it. I said, we don't change as we get older. We stay that same. We don't never that grid that we live on, that biological structure we're born with, does never change. All the fellas that watch this video is gonna know that at some point they had a girlfriend and she liked you when she liked you, but when that shit went left, she didn't like you. Now, if you ever become the guy that she thought you was gonna be, it's a chance she might like you again for the same thing I'm talking about. It's not about you. It's not. It's never gonna be about you. It's about what you have to give. That's it. That's biology. I amaze myself with how good of a speaker I am. Such raw content that I give. Listen, people care about themselves. They might drop a tear about somebody else. Like they people could resonate with other people. People could respect other people, and people could cry over certain things. But people do what they want to do for themselves, even in the midst of like the craziest things. You know what I'm saying? Like the art of selfishness. Like It needs to be an ebook that I create because it's an art. Because I'm still not. Listen, it's certain people. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a book. Because somebody will watch this, they'll say, "Yo, this nigga's crazy." Listen, I am an honorable human, so there's certain things and certain people on the planet that yes, I will probably take a bullet for at the end of the day. But if you're not in that group, I'm still gonna drop a tear or I'm gonna care. I'm gonna care or drop a tear. But it's like me knowing biology and me loving science, I'm that's my dogma, that's my religion, science is like, damn, I'm not gonna do that if that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do this if that's what I'm supposed to do. But it's certain shit that crosses that line. You like, nah, I can't respect that. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even bombing other states, I don't fuck with that shit, bro. Like, whoa. But then at the same time, I'm like, if that's biology, if that's how it gotta go, that's how it gotta go. But I don't know if I would have did that. But I'm on the side with the bullies. I'm on the side with the bullies. So do I get mad or do I just get over that shit? I don't. If I was living in Dubai right now, I might be mad. Damn, you just bombed this lady crib. That's crazy. But you know, you see what I'm saying? You gotta be an honorable person. You might care about shit, but biology don't even let you care past a certain point because it'd be like, all right, well, that's not your life. You feel what I'm saying? And people might not even would have cared if that would have happened to you. You feel what I'm saying? Type shit. When I get dressed, when I get stressed or my feelings hurt, I don't know why. I always shut down. I'd rather not talk to no one until I calm down. Maybe is where I'm protective myself emotionally. Um, I don't really know what to say to that. You said when I get stressed, my feelings hurt. I shut down. So shutting down, like what do you mean by shutting down? I guess I'll ask a question here instead of making a statement. What do you mean by shutting down? What does that look like for you? How does that do you feel like that's a good thing, bad thing, somewhere in between? Pay attention because this is what people think who think they're the center of the universe sound like they when they talk. Take notes. Nah, man, I'm not the center of no universe, man. But I'm not. Listen, man, I'm self-respecting at the end of the day. You can either hate it or get the fuck out. That's one thing you gotta understand, man. Like that's like me walking in your house with my shoes on. You walking in here talking crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is, bro. I'm not the center of the universe, but I just respect the universe. You know what I'm saying? I speak from a scientific perspective. If something don't make sense, it don't make sense. If it makes sense, it makes sense. I don't say nothing too crazy, bro. Shout out to Naima. Therapy said I seen people lying just to pretend they wanted to be friends and then start a fight with everyone because they feel jealous to see we are having a good time. Yeah, that's a part of all of this craziness out here too. A lot of people are like that. Like I said, they're self-serving creatures. Go back to biology, bro. Like, long story short, you get the things you were raised to see and believe don't match the math. The math ain't mathing at age 25 to 30. You got to develop a new set of eyes. You see the world different. And it's all contingent upon or dependent upon who you hang with and what type of content you consume. Because, and that's why I also tell guys to journal because like I guess shadow work or journaling, like sometimes people aren't real with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a people pleaser, you would never know because you would never tell yourself that. I would never tell myself I'm a people's pleaser. I would have to like figure it out through like studying my own personality in certain situations. Like when I was in middle school up to now, I would never see that. Like how could you see that if you just think you're being yourself or you think this when you study it from a third eye lens, you're like, nah, this is where another person would have took this route. This is where I took that route. So obviously, it's still some people pleasing in my spirit. And obviously, people are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just as crazy as they need to be or they want to be. So yeah, man, that's a part of this shit. Maybe there's no one for that one person to be a boyfriend to. I don't know what I was saying when you said that. What's good, Lillian? Liliani lifestyle. Why do men leave a relationship when they get told no by a woman? Told no about what? When I'm in a relationship, I don't get told no. It ain't a dictatorship, but it's just a relationship. It just has to be a feminine and a masculine energy. That's what I'm saying. Biology. It has bi means two. Ology. I don't know what ology means. Probably like the study of two. Um, but yeah, man, that's what it is, man. If a woman ain't listening, she probably don't like you that much, bro. If you say, "Go give me a plate of food," or um, "Pull up," or whatever, she. Like I said, man, I can tell the difference between true attraction and staged attraction. So it matters what's in the heart. What matters? What's in the heart? Nightmare. What's good? Any advice? I broke my own sister's leg over McDonald's. Now she won't talk me anymore. Stop eating McDonald's. That's the only advice you're getting. Like not talking to no one, just stand to myself. What you mean? Stand to yourself. Self is good. I love self. Self treats me good. I love self. The word self is okay with me. I don't dishonor self. I love self. I make sure that other people know that when you dealing with me, I like a lot of guys, I notice women do this a lot. They're like, um, I'm a good person, but when you play with me though, that's when blah 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 blah. Like they're not wrong for that, right? I'm sure you women are thinking that right now. Like they're not wrong for that. Neither is a man who think that way, right? And women like men who think that way, like love, self love. I can live by myself until the death. I can. I honestly can. I honestly can because not because I'm selfish. I just actually enjoy my own self. I'm a self enjoyer, and it's not like some crazy psychotic type of uh bury bones in my backyard type of thing. But it's just like I just enjoy my own company, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you journal and like have other healing modalities around you. It's just like I like to be able to choose to be around. If you choose to be around, it's different than being trapped with people. Being trapped with people is like worse than death sometimes. Like, Your game is like my dad, not present. Oh shit, it's funny. Rach says some men want to move in with women, but um, maybe that woman don't want to move in with them that fast yet. Yeah, a lot of guys fall into that um, paradox because as a man, you should want to have your own stuff, or not even want. Want is a bad word. As a man, you should be a taker of things, in my opinion. Genuine masculine energy is like it's not taking necessarily like, but it's like, I want to say determination. Maybe that's a good word. What do y'all think? There should be like a suave determination, uh, in my opinion, to get what you need to make you a man, to have these things. These, if we talking about physical, worldly, fleshly, materialistic things, like as soon as a woman bring up the word house, car, apartment, food, like when it come to those I package all those things together in my mind, and those things matter because like that is a reason why a lot of women don't deal with a lot of guys because they don't got their own stuff. I would argue that's one of the top tier reasons why a lot of women don't mess with a lot of guys because they're like, well, I can just pull up on him whenever, and he can't pull up on me and bring me to Wendy's. Um, People should love one another because they are pure and have a good heart. Women shouldn't love someone because of their appearance or how good their body looks. And the word should implies that it's going to happen regardless, right? It's going to happen all day, every day. It's been happening. And again, for the fellas who's listening, listen, vetting process talk right here. Vetting process. Vetting process. A lot of times women are so honest, and this is why it's so funny. This shows how much game guys don't have. You could just ask them, would you be with me if blah blah blah? Would you be with the average woman gonna lie for sure, but I'm just saying, like, everything is a conversation. Everything is a fucking conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't name one thing in life that ain't a conversation. Everything's a conversation. And the faster people realize that everything is a conversation, the faster they get the woman of their dreams, or these women get the guy of their dreams because they have conversation. I bet that. So listen, when you act like you don't know what to say, when you act like you don't know what to say, a woman gets bored. Like, so guys think like if I'm not saying anything, she's not feeling anything. No, even in the void, even in the silence, she's still dependent. Women are codependent by nature. He's still like, okay, I got this guy. I gave him my number. What's he gonna do with it? And you're not thinking like, let me stimulate her. You're not thinking that. You're thinking if she don't pull up, that means A or B. All right. Shout out to Rachel. You're like, that means A or B. If she don't pull up, that means A or B. She likes me or she likes me not. Women move due to stimulation. Stimulation moves women. Stimulate her mentally. How do you stimulate her? Through topics. Everything is a topic. What topic do you want to use? You got to get the topic, Like she said, she went to the bathroom. Rachel, as an example, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Okay. She said, I agree. Everything is a topic. So if everything is a topic, that means that you're either good at conversation or you're not. Or some if it's 1 through 10, you might be a 6 or 5 or maybe a 3. I believe me. I'm still. Hey, listen, chat. I think I'm a 2. I think I'm a 3. People say you think you're the center of the universe. You believe you're a narcissist. I think I'm a 2 in conversation. Um, and I'm okay with that because that means that I'm going to be better than everybody. Not everybody, because it's a lot of people, but I'm gonna gradually, gracefully grow because I'm coming from an honest place. I think I suck at talking to women. I think like I'm like a bench player that is like waiting for Allen Iverson to break his leg so I can get in the game for once. Like that's me. So I just take it day by day. I go to practice. I do the suicides. I do the reps. I shoot free throws. This is how I play basketball. I was not good when I first started playing basketball. But after some years, the coach was calling on me, needing me. When I got to high school, I didn't even have good grades and they still let me play. They sent me to an alternative school because my grades was bad and they was like, we need this nigga. Like, not saying like that, but there's talks that I could have went to college, blah 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 blah, for basketball. Hey, I didn't even play that much because my grades were bad. But like they would try to chastise. My point is they would try to chastise me, but still had to use me because the talent was there. And if I would have played all season and really started that freshman year and really like been sheltered the right way and really, I believe I would have been one of the best. Can't lie. But that's what happens when you just pay attention. Like in my neighborhood, we us all we did was play basketball. So I don't know what contributed the most to my talent. Like I can't call it. I can't call it. There was days where I played AAU. There was days where I would go to the court by myself. There was days where the whole neighborhood would play basketball. There's days where I played for certain programs and shit where it was very it was a lot of talent out there. I grew up watching my big cousin play basketball. I wasn't playing at first. I didn't start playing till fifth grade. So late bloomer, but still, just because you a late bloomer, like listen, Kobe. I was watching a highlight of Kobe earlier, and he was saying, "Guess what Jordan was doing when he was in middle school?" They said, "What?" He said, "Playing baseball." And then Kobe said, "All you people training your kids to go super hard at this thing don't even realize that Jordan was playing baseball in middle school. So if it's for you, it's for you." You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about basketball. I was genuinely just okay at that shit. I was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna always downplay myself, and no matter what I do, people say I could draw. I feel like I can. I was able to draw since early in life, naturally. No fucking tutor, none of that shit. Just intuitively could look at something and draw. But if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. But if I put my all into something, it starts to become something else. I'm not gonna lie. So even with rapping, I feel like I was okay at rapping. When I put my energy into something, it usually turns into something. So I let everybody. think they got more game than me or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Uh, your payoffs are your payoffs. When you with a baddie at here, there doing that, your subscribers may not ever see that or know that. Who cares? It's better when people don't know. I don't care. But yeah, man, I lived a long life of that type of shit going on. Like, I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. And that's another conversation topic or opener for a woman. I love making openers out of real shit. Like I'm gonna share with y'all one of them shits, a couple of them shits. Hold on. Because women love to talk. And I think that's what's wrong with the world. Women love to talk, but guys only like to talk to guys or like to talk about only basketball or football. But we need to talk. Let's talk. Is it okay if we talk? Hold on a second. I'll turn on notifications so I know when you go live. I got church tomorrow. Okay, shout out to Rachel Morgan. Shout out to you. And that's actually honorable that you got to wake up tomorrow, go to church. That's actually a good thing. So shout out to you. Um, we made you a moderator, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that. Um, let me see. It is Saturday. It is 10 o'clock. Let me see. So earlier I was journaling a little bit. I was journaling. I don't have a diary, but I was journaling. And the word dictator popped up because that word has always been somewhat psychologically interesting to me. So I said that word, whatever, but then I said, yo, how can I turn this word into an opener? Dictator, right? So how can I take this word? This is why I say everything is a topic. Every word is technically a topic. It just takes a person to take the topic and turn the topic into a stimulating topic. Like, turn the topic into a stimulating, thought provoking conversation. Like, you want to add life to that shit. Otherwise, don't say it. I mean, you can, but you might not know what to say after you say it. Um, Let me see. So, using the word dictator earlier, here's a couple openers that came to be. You got playful and teasing. Number one was, you look like you'd be a benevolent dictator. You look like you'd be a benevolent dictator. That's number one. Number two, you see pretty girl, you say, be honest, dot, dot, dot. Are you secretly a dictator in relationships? Are you secretly a dictator in relationships? Number three, you give off, you give off, I run the whole, I run this whole operation, dictator vibes. Number four, you the type to say, we're doing this, and everyone just goes along with it. You're the type to say, we're doing this, and everyone just goes along with it. Number five, flirty dominance frame. You could say, I like women who think they're dictators. It's cute. You could say, careful. You look like you tried to take over. Number seven, you could say, you seem like the I dictate. I mean, you seem like the I decide where we eat dictator. A couple of these are very good. Um, Number 8, thoughtful, deeper angle. Why do people hate dictators but love control? This is a game like Will type of question for real. Number 9, isn't it funny how people say they want freedom, but they actually want someone to lead? Number 10, confidence can look like dictatorship to insecure people. These spark discussion instead of feeling aggravated. Here's the gym version. You train like a dictator. Number 12, that workout looks strict. Who's the dictator, you or your trainer? She's probably gonna say, I don't have a trainer. If you train, then you could tell her, oh, I'm a trainer myself. Da 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 da. Segue. You see that? Segue the conversation. Segue. The more conversations you get in, the more you're going to be good at conversations. The problem is people nervous system say, I don't want to get in because then how am I going to get out? Most people nervous system is so scared to just get into conversations. It could be a beautiful chick, a cute woman. Your nervous system may be scared to talk to beautiful women. I know when I was in middle school, I kind of felt that way. Like sometimes, like not about every one of them, but some of them, hell yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. And that's learned behavior, bro. And then last but not least, we got this one right here. You seem like the type that makes the whole friend group hit legs. Calibration reminder. Um, you want this word to land playful, not like you're testing dominance. Smile, half smirk, light tone. These are more important than what you say. These are sub things that she's gonna feel and realize. Smiling, half smirk, light tone, then move on. Don't explain the joke. How many guys might say something like that and then she's like looking at you and might say something and then now you're explaining the joke. Don't explain the joke. Let me see. I also made some openers from the word paradox earlier because that's a word that's always been around that for some reason I find that's an attractive word to me because it's like explains a lot of things on in life. So I use the word dictator, I use the word paradox, and I created openers with that. Um, Guy sees pretty woman. Uh, Random question: what's a paradox about you? What is a paradox about you? What is a paradox about you? Number 2, do you think you're more of a walking paradox or pretty straightforward? Number 3, I feel like the most attractive people are paradoxes. Agree or not? Number 4, we got thought provoking vibe, story, a little like short story with it, a type vibe. So this is after you open, like you might say, excuse me, or you might open up the conversation and get it going a little bit. Do You ever notice how the more you chase something, the more it runs? That paradox always trips me out. Number five, why is it that people say they want honesty but punish it? That's a paradox. Number six, here's one, wanting love but fearing vulnerability. That paradox runs a lot of people. I mean, that paradox ruins a lot of people. These create depth without over explaining. You just drop it and let her respond. Now, here's the flirty ones about paradox. Number seven, you seem sweet but dangerous. That's a paradox. Number eight, I like calm girls with a little chaos in them. That paradox hits. Number nine, you look like you behave, but I doubt it. Paradox. Here's the word paradox used in a gym setting. Number 10, you might say, isn't it a paradox that we destroy muscle to build muscle? I probably wouldn't use that one, I'm not gonna lie, but it makes sense. But I don't know if that's gonna get you in the door. It might make you her friend, maybe, but I don't know. Number 11, the gym is a paradox. Pain equals progress. I mean, if you see a woman struggling to lift something, maybe you could say that. It's good to fill in a filler. Like if you approach a chick and y'all start talking about something pertaining to the gym, it's a good little filler to throw in there. Number 12, you think confidence comes before results or results create confidence. That's a paradox. And then you got these like right here, power move version, minimal words, high presence. Number 13 is you feel like a paradox. 14 is I respect paradox energy. Number 5, I live in a paradox. I live in paradox. Um, those are just like little one-liners that you could just throw out there real quick. Sometimes those are the best type of openers because it's just so simple. It's just like you don't always gotta have this big openers. Sometimes you just throw something out there. It's powerful. A lot of the thing I love about openers is if she likes you, she's gonna get into that conversation with you. So you really don't have to do a guessing game of approaching and going so direct and giving her all this fake attention because she really don't care. If you say something, she'll much rather figure you out through conversation than for you to just try to fuck her anyway. But I mean, my whole thing is most people suck at conversation. That's all that noise, man. So my whole point is you could take anything and turn it into an opener. And that's so brilliant in my mind because most people live in a bubble to themselves. But even like there's no such thing as an introvert or outrovert or whatever, extrovert. It's just people who share more stuff and people who don't share anything. That's it. So something that you think is weird about you, you feel me? Like I feel like I was just about to say a little minute ago. Like I got some kale in my book bag. I got like some stuff I could cook. I was like, damn, I eat throughout the day, like just randomly when I feel like it. That's a thought that could be turned into an opener or a gambit, whatever, that could be used in a conversation without it doesn't have to be weird. It just because it felt weird when I thought about the thought. I said, that's kind of weird. It's weird to me because, and look, I'm already expanding on that. It's weird to me because I'm a vegetarian and I prefer to drink 2 smoothies a day, but I still end up eating blank, blank, and blank. That's already a conversation. It's the truth. And my argument for myself is it's even more of a conversation because it's the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So most people are like, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. But the truth is all that you need to say all the time. And that's going to be a conversation. That's the conversation is the truth. So whatever it is, because you could even expand on that. Why do you like to eat throughout the day? I don't know. Just I think we all supposed to eat three times. Yeah, truth is key. So when people say I don't know what to talk about, you do. So if I say, uh, um, what you call it, I like to drink 2 smoothies a day. That's what I want to do. That's ideal. That's ideal. But what I end up doing usually never matches up with what the idea is. Now I'm just preaching life. Now I'm just saying shit that we all could relate to. And I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying what we all is honest, is real shit. Now I'm setting her up if she wants to talk. That's way better than inviting her on a date or telling her to come over to the crib. Why is that more better? Why is that more why is that better? Because when you ask a woman to do something, her mind associates that with labor. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people I love dearly, but if they ask me to do something, they gonna think I ain't love them because I'm not. I don't. It just depends how I'm feeling, and that's how women think about guys. But guys think like, oh, because I'm so sexy, it's gonna change. But see, that is true to a degree. That's why looks do matter, but they just don't matter more than to me more than conversation skills. They both matter though, but your conversation skills matter more because a woman needs to love you no matter if true love passes looks, it goes past looks. So if I have to look good for you to stick around, you don't love me. You just fucking me. Hold on. I mean, if people lie, that's why I said you're not a real man if you only want bad bitches, but you don't want no like you know what I'm saying. That to me, that's not really honorable because everyone's not gonna look good. That don't mean that they're not worth the the squeeze, if that makes sense. Um, I mean, if people lie, you got to cover it with another lie by then you would have two lies. Um, I don't know what you're trying to say. What you mean by that? How does that connect to conversation? Are you saying I'm not talking about lying. I'm just talking about understanding yourself better. It's kind of the same thing, but like understanding yourself better allows you to be more you. Does that make sense? You can't conversate about stuff you don't do. Like people will listen to rap music all day. Um, or like that's one thing I can even say about myself. Like a lot of that shit don't make sense because I'm not living that life. So it wouldn't even make sense. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not no goody two shoes, but I'm not Chief Keef vibe. So I'm just me, but that don't mean it can't get crazy. But see, even that's a conversation. Even that's a conversation. It's everything is a conversation. But the question becomes not are you lying or telling the truth? The conversation comes, does that woman even give a fuck? A lot of times these women don't even give a fuck. And I think that's where I'm the whistleblower on that shit. Because guys, they looking at your ass. They're looking at your that whether you could give some good head. So they don't really care either. So it becomes a bunch of bullshit through and through. But what I'm trying to say is that if a person does care, then he got to do some vetting, and I believe through conversation is a better vetting process. Like for me, through like talking to you over time is the only way something really gonna pop off. Because like um I do believe two people could just meet and just they both like each other off the rip. But what I've seen most in my life, and where I'm agreeing with women on this topic. Like women usually say friends make for better relationship, and I kind of agree, but I'm not saying it can't work the other way. Conversation is very good to have. It's like sex. It's like sex. It's like I see conversation as sex because it's the same thing. And I think because people don't see it as the same thing, then they don't understand the value of a conversation. They understand, oh damn, sex could reproduce a whole kid. But they don't understand that talking is exchange of energy. That's an exchange of energy. So they can hear that and still not move as such, if that makes sense. So they'll just talk to anybody, whatever, whatever, whatever. But conversation rules the nation. It really rules the nation. But so you could look at this two ways. Vet where you place your energy. If you vet where you place your energy with geo rosters, you'll never drain yourself. And then vet who inside of those places are worth talking to. And then that's it. And you know, those things matter. You know what I'm saying? Like many people will come into your life or will cross your paths, but like more than half of those people don't deserve any energy. But you can't see that unless you actually have game. Yeah. Or wisdom, whatever word you want to use. But you need to have some type of wherewithal. Because, like I said, we're all leeches. So they're supposed to suck you dry. So I'm not even mad at niggas for that. Not even gonna lie. But that's the paradox of life. That's a paradox of life. What's good, Nima? That's a paradox of life is to be drained. To be drained or not to be drained. That's my poetry right there. To be drained or not to be drained. Listen, even if a woman want to give you too much head, she's draining you. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. Even if you want head too much, you draining yourself. That's like masturbation, but like in the bedroom. Like it's the same thing. Like if you have too much sex, you're gonna be like, damn, like I'm drained. Like I don't even want to do this shit today. And it's a reason for that because you are a vessel. And that's retention is real, but I'm not telling guys to never watch porn again, but I'm just saying. I know every man has been getting too much coochie at one point where it was like, damn, I can't today. Was good. All that your name said, love cycle. Yeah, you've been away for some time. Was good though. How you been? How y'all ladies doing today, man? Um, so like I said, we all got our own reasons for why the conversation takes a fork in the road. But I feel like it's a lot of reasons why that happens. It's too many reasons. It's too many reasons. There's too many reasons why there's a fork in the road. I would argue that one big reason why people conversations suck is because they can't see the fork. You could talk to the woman about the fork in the road. Like, do you see that right there? No. What? There's a fork in the road. And she's now laughing. She's laughing. I know that's corny, yeah, but I'm just saying. Sometimes corny does more than like cool. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Let me stop. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing amazing. My whole problem is every time I say something, it makes me say, "Wow, I can use this as like some game." Like even me saying I'm doing fantastic, I'm doing great. It's like always say you're doing great. Always say you're doing say always say um, something positive about how you're doing. That in itself is already something I could use to create more conversation. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, it's how you conduct it. It could be the same thing said a different way, and it's adding value to her life. You could say a bunch of stuff, very positive stuff, but you say it, and she's like, I don't, it doesn't hit because you're just saying a bunch of stuff and it's not hitting. So, how can you conduce your words down to less words and they pack a better punch? I agree, it does add value. What exactly adds value? What she wants and where here's the thing, what she wants, and I'm gonna write this shit down because I can't even think this shit out real quick. What she wants and where she goes are two different things. I know that shit sound crazy. Nah, but think about that real quick. The chaotic nature of emotions. Nature has an organic, I mean, emotions has an organic nature to it that is by nature disastrous, just fucking illuminously demonic. So, like most things that are done are in emotion, right? Music, food, poverty, not the one that you're born with, the one that you keep with, is born by emotions. Who you think you are and who you think you're not is emotions. Um, Thinking versus being. I would argue being raised in school creates a thinking entity instead of a being entity. These are thoughts that naturally arise as I keep talking, and I guess I'm preaching in my own way, but these are topic points that can always be used. What's good, Hasbro? How you feeling today? And I also want to say you can't tease somebody if you're not smarter than them. Obviously, you could bother somebody, but you can't really tease somebody you're not like smarter than. Like women like guys that are smarter than them. I would argue some of that stuff is correlated. Like it's not that you're an asshole. My bad, yeah. My bad, yeah. It's not that you're an asshole. It's just that you're thinking outside the box. You're thinking outside the box. It's a thin line between being teased and being stimulated, being bullied and being stimulated, being horny and being stimulated. Those things kind of have similar circuits, like bodily circuits. Like, why does this guy get on my nerves, but I would sleep with him? Who the fuck knows? Who knows? I can't tell you why. You know what I'm saying? But then there's another guy who don't get on your nerves. You'll also sleep with him. So who knows? I bet. I appreciate you, Rachel, keeping us updated. Um, let me see. Let me see. So, why do I like indirect game versus direct game? Well, I'll tell you somewhat of a reason to it. Why? Because I'm genuinely intrigued at the end of the day. There's a science to it, but first of all, yeah, I love science. But second of all, like I'm under the idea or the dogma that the more stuff you know, the better you are going to be at game, because everything is a topic. To go back to what I said earlier in this conversation, every fucking thing. If it's a Christmas and you with your family, the person with the topics. If you're a streamer, the person with the topics, the person who's bringing up the most topics, and all of it boils down to how much that person trusts their own intuitive matter. I don't know why I'm doing this. They trust their own intuitive. They're stimulated already themselves. They stimulated their own self somehow. We don't know how. That person is self-stimulated. You know, that person is self-esteemed somehow, some way. I don't know how they got there, but they're there. And they're talking and they're making sense. Everything they're saying sounds correct. Is it about it being correct or sounding correct? Well, when it comes to emotion, it's just about it sounding correct. In the United States, the most craziest shit could be taking place right now. But if the news make it sound correct, they could put a toddler pinky toe in Chick-fil-A French fries, and somebody's like, "Oh my God, I have a toddler's pinky toe in my French fries." And guess what? If the news make it sound like it ain't that serious, then you're gonna sleep like a baby tonight. You're gonna sleep with your thumb in your mouth because you just don't care. Now here's the crazy part. If it was you, you would care, but you don't care because it's not you. If that ain't selfish, then I don't know what is. If that's not selfish, human beings are the most selfish motherfuckers on the face of the earth. And that's the truth. People don't want to accept the truth, but that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. It's true. I'm not gonna say they're the most selfish, but I think all animals are selfish, like all species, all entities. You know how to trip on your shoes. Mitch Hasbrown, what's good? What's good? We just talking about conversation. That's it. Like, at what point does a guy not like know what to say to a woman? I guess. Like, at what point? At what point? Like, how does he lose his mouthpiece? Mouthpiece going missing. Mouthpiece on the floor. Like, like I'm sure y'all ladies don't been around so many men who have not been able to. As I moved him away from my bedroom door. That's funny. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't like I said. I don't always know what to say, and a lot of times I believe that I'm awkward. I genuinely do. So that should be. It's like something I have to actually work on. But I feel like I am awkward when I am, and I'm not when I'm not. Like it's been very outgoing. I've had way too many outgoing moments to even uh accept that as truth. But it's true, man. When I feel awkward, it's just like, God damn. Nah, I can't accept that being weird. I'm not weird. I'm just crazy. I'd rather be crazy than weird. I'm not gonna lie. I need to ask women that as an opener. Would you rather be crazy or weird? Like, ladies, would you rather be crazy or weird? Because a lot of guys will still mess with a crazy woman. They will reproduce. I'm neither. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know though. Like a lot of black people crazy, bro. But we frame it under narcissist. Like that's what people like. Oh, like that nigga Dame Dash, he's a narcissist. But no, that motherfucker might really secretly be crazy. It just shows up as narcissism. You know what I'm saying? Kanye. You know what is crazy? What is crazy? That's the real question. What the fuck is crazy? I mean, I think if you turn enough people crazy and crazy becomes the culture or crazy becomes normal, then people it's like can a bear be crazy? Can a fish be crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like bears already eat whatever it walks past anyway. So technically to us, that is crazy, but it's never been crazy because that's natural. Um, there's I don't want to go that far, but what's crazy? If everything under the sun has been done, then what is crazy? What is normal? Yeah. Like I grew up watching the Amanda show. Like that shit was fire to me. And it was fire because she was just doing being herself. Like that's what she was just doing things and it was all about it was some selfish shit going on. And I was like, this shit is so cool because she's free in her skin. She's just doing anything, but it's still hitting. Like that shit was hitting. Like I'm like, I don't know if anybody else could just be being themselves and just be hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like, like some people try to make shit about themselves, but it'd be corny. But her shit was just hitting like, oh, you really a star, you know what I'm saying? So how you get that star power? I think it's more important to look at that than to ask. Because like you said, like if you ask yourself what's weird, you'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack if you even look at that. Because it's like what you think is weird, someone else ain't even on that right now. You know what I'm saying? They're not even seeing that. So you talking to a baddie, you like, oh, I'm nervous, so that means she must think I'm on some weird shit, right? At least I think the assumption of being weird is weird, not just the fucking, because I don't have some women like me where I stumbled over my words, and because I still got the fucking words out, she still respected it. You know what I'm saying? Because she was attracted to me. And then you could approach a chick and then you could just stumble once and then she just be like, well, I don't like I'm good or I got a boyfriend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're an individual. Is that bad? Nah, that still sound like that's an insult. Cause I'll say that to somebody in the end of an argument and they will not let me say it because they gonna think I'm being funny. Like, nah, you're just an individual. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Very condescending. Like, you're just an individual. Conversation should feel like play. Like right now, I feel like we're playing with each other. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, it should feel like play. Because that's what life is. It's a fucking play. That's what this is. It's a play. And the moment when you're acting as if a conversation is a classroom or an interview or job, but again, it's not even an act. It's a feeling. That's why I'm trying to like wrap my mind around this shit right now. Cause like I feel like sometimes my feelings fluctuate. So that's what's the issue because it's like that's the issue. Like that's the issue. Controlling your, it's called state control. In psychology, it's called state control. It's hard to control your state sometimes. That's why I talk so much about food too, because if you eat certain foods, bro, you're gonna be more moody. You know what I'm saying? And so it's gonna be hard for you to maintain your solidarity. That's what makes you crazy to me. Like women naturally are like this. That's why they be on some bullshit. I'm talking to women right now. My bad, women. I'm just saying moodiness is only enough room for one of us to be moody, and that's for y'all. I let y'all have that, right? Because that moody shit ain't attractive. Um, so that's why diet is important too, because you want to be the rock in every situation. For the fellas that's listening, you want to be a rock, bro. It's weird. Food really controls biology that much. Like if you eat food, it'll have you on some feminine shit. Like it be times where I might eat pizza or some bullshit in my mom's refrigerator, knowing I'm not supposed to, but I do it anyway, right? Because remember, is it possession or is it uh remember we was talking about that the other day? Like is food is that um can't even remember that fucking opener. Is was it we it wasn't lust. It was food. Long story short, I believe that I'm gonna say I believe, but food, when you get in the mood for some food, are you under a fucking spell? What is that? What is that feeling? What is a mood? Is when you're because if I put you in the mood, I could put you in the mood for anything. So how do the common folk decipher what is a spell and what's a fucking mood? How do you decipher that? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But I'll eat some shit out the refrigerator, right? And it'll be something that I really wouldn't pick up at the store. You know what I'm saying? But because my taste buds are still wired for since I was 7 years old, I'll just try to cheat this vegan shit, right? And I'll go eat the DiGiorno pizza out the fucking thing, and then next thing you know, I feel super low vibrational. I feel like NBA young boy. And anybody who play with me gotta lay. If you play, you gotta lay. You know what I'm saying? So it get crazy when you eating certain foods, and that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. That shit be crazy. Um, Will is Will. He's his own type of person. That's crazy. Um, it comes naturally. What comes naturally? Like your moods and shit, your cycle shit. Women are moody in general. Yeah, that shit crazy because it's like, yeah, yeah. There you go. There you have it. There you have it. And like I said, like I'm stable 365 days out the year if I'm eating right. But if I eat some shit that it destabilize a nigga, then that's when I'm liable. I'm vulnerable. Like it might be an argument, some type of debate or something going on. And then I gotta train myself. I had to train myself even on those days to not really partake in that type of shit because when you I don't know, it ain't for me, bro. You you get bubble guts. Why you say that? It depends. When I eat some crazy shit, see, them jalapenos at Subway, them shits will fuck you up. And I eat spicy shit, maybe, but not really, not really. You know what I'm saying? Not really. Does it take discipline when it does it take discipline when it comes to eating food? For me, listen, when I go to the store, I only buy things that I want, but I live with some my family shit. So, out of being under a spell, you might just walk into the kitchen and not know how you got there. And then you might be like, you might be so used to going into the fridge since a fucking kid that you be like, well, I'm gonna just help myself to this. Or sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Listen, family will just buy some shit that they know you want. In my opinion, they know, oh yeah, yeah, he gonna want some of this. It's like they flex on you with the food. So like when you see it, it just trigger off that emotion. Like, damn, I ain't eat zebra cakes in forever, or I ain't. But like I said, like I'm gonna keep it a book. In 2026, I've been holding it down. I've been holding it down for the most part. So I'm proud of myself. Like I said, since I started going to the gym and doing shit, I gave myself more of a reason to not even play like that. But I also here's the paradox. Protein is something that is popularized in America for building muscle, whatever. They I don't think you really genuinely need that, but y'all know that protein is a thing. I'm gonna buy some creatine, so I don't even gotta play like that. But long story short, like you could stay a vegan and like get protein from like I got almond butter in my book bag right now. Like I got yogurt in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So I know like I'm across paths with certain things. Like I actually just had Chipotle yesterday. Um, and I came back from the gym yesterday. Like my homie, he the manager at Chipotle, so I could get free Chipotle and shit. So working out could go two different ways in terms of diet. But when it comes to like chicken and steak and shit, like if you eat that one time out of the month, twice out of the month, you're gonna be good. So I try not to trip. Like you could get addicted. That's the problem. Or if you it's weird. My diet, I'm just trying to figure it all out as I go. That's the best way I could put it. Like, cause I still have a taste. My taste buds is different than my goals. So I like ribeye steak still. I still like all of that shit, but I'm just not eating it right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to stay like away from a lot of those preservatives and those hormones and all of that crazy ass shit. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get the same shit 3 days. 3 days is crazy. Listen, when I eat something spicy, once I take a number two and eliminate that shit, I'm Gucci. But um, yeah, 3 days would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, also eating fruits and smoothies that'll help with that too. If you do eat something spicy and then if you're on a clean diet mostly, like not even clean, but a detoxing diet, a lot of fruit, it'll kind of neutralize the spice when you're on the toilet. Like if you just eating a bunch of like chicken and pork and then you eat some jalapenos or some Georgia hots or some shit, you cook. Uh I agree. It triggers emotions. What triggers emotions? Certain foods like certain things are in the ingredients, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I try to stay away and fast. And right now, the most dangerous thing I got right now is some wraps. I got some wraps and I got some cheese, some provolone cheese. Everything else is healthy. That's the most dangerous shit I got right now. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. With that, I could live with that. But as soon as you start eating wild wings and French fries and steak and cheese, you crossing that bridge. you limit yourself to meat, right? What you mean? What you mean? You limit yourself to meat. I'm gonna go on TikTok shop and get like protein and shit, like creatine, I mean, or some type of protein shake or some shit. So I didn't want to go to Target. The want the want of food, it triggers you. It's almost like once we want what we want to eat, brain goes straight to it. Yeah, yeah. Like I think I know what you're trying to say right there. It's emotions. It's in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying? Your emotions are drivers. That's why I try to tell people your emotions are leader. Your emotions are better leaders than anything. Cause it's like a waves of an ocean. Like it just pushes you towards some shit. And so what you gotta do, and not you specifically, but me, and what I had to do was learn how to stay grounded. Uh, the waves of an ocean pushes everything on it and in it except for a scuba diver, and it's because the scuba diver is able to breathe underwater and is grounded. So no matter how deep and how powerful that ocean is, you got to be just as deep, and that's what it boils down to, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't been through a lot of crazy shit with this diet shit, and I think that make this making me more of a man, to be honest. Because if you could resist food and you, while knowing it's good, like I still know psycho, like my brain didn't forget my taste, but everything still knows. You know what I'm saying? It's just discipline. It's just learning the game. You know what I'm saying? Since you're vegan, you sometimes eat meat. Uh, yeah, I'm 80% fruitarian. This is how I graph it out. 80% fruitarian. That means when I go to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, um, farmers market, 80% of stuff I pick up is fruit. And then the last 20 is gonna be um vegetables like kale. Maybe if I, it depends how I'm feeling and how much money I got, it might be some carrot. It could be any vegetable really. I could just mix that up. It depends on how I'm feeling. Um, and then dates is I think dates are a fruit, right? Dates, quinoa is sometimes if you want to cook meal, because I've been working out lately, I might get some quinoa. Even though that's a grain, but a fruit, that's a fruit grain, so it's still in the family of what I'm talking about. But I feel like anything, if you're a true vegan or a true fruitarian, anything you want from any of these fast food places, you could make it in the crib. I could make a sub at the crib. I could make a quesadilla at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I could do all of that. So I don't need to really. It was a time where I used to love going to Subway, McDonald's, Burger King. All of that shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. How do I get a girl that's a vegan? You'll never get her because you don't talk enough. You have to be you have to be talking to people because it's less people who gonna think like anything about you that's actually good or virtuous. Like it's gonna be less people talking about that. I could easily go outside and ask somebody for a cigarette or some weed. Bet you I had that shit by tonight and be smoking it in the video. Or find a group of people who wanna congregate and smoke. You know what I'm saying? But to find a bunch of people that's not only eating healthy but actually want to actually congregate with others and do that, sometimes that's more like a secret society. So You got to be very social to even do those type of things, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been vegan since like COVID, but I still haven't found a tribe of people who do that. So everybody's scattered across the US doing that shit with, in the cut. But I can't blame them because when I eat my vegan shit and I go live my life as a grown man, I don't really want to be bothered all the time either. I've started meal prepping, and to just to end what I was just saying on a good note, this is why I always talk about hobbies, activities, and events because y'all can see that one of my first geo roster places is the gym, right? And my second one would be maybe some yoga or something like who knows, but that's where you meet people who eat healthy, who actually got time. Because there's people who want to be healthy, and then there's people who live a life that doesn't allow them to not be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are a yoga instructor, then there's really no chance of you being unhealthy because all you doing something that is impacting your shit on a daily basis. Like a person who study money every day, like it's really a little chance that that motherfucker not gonna have no money in their pocket. So you could study anything from the crib, but you do gotta put one foot in between the other. I wouldn't. If we talk about nature and natural and positive, I wouldn't put no dye in my hair. But if you want to, go ahead. I don't know. I don't know. Rachel said I've started meal prepping. When today or how long ago? So so listen, man. Everything's a conversation. Everything's a topic. And when you accept that, he said looking like Larry. Yo, nah, that's funny to me because you must have looked at my video. Did you look at my channel? I reacted to his videos. That's the only way I'm gonna laugh at that. Wait, Mark, I think I know you. Maybe I don't though. It's for breast cancer awareness. Then do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't, if it's that deep, why you asking me? If it's that deep, anything that I got a purpose for, a mission about, I ain't asking nobody, not even my mom. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that as a man that I see, I'm like, yo, this is something I'm passionate about. That supersedes what nobody think. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. This isn't middle school. I'm getting my ears pierced, and I gotta ask my mom and shit. Mom, can I get a tattoo? Nah. If I want to dye my hair for some type of cause, then I'm doing that. Can't nobody tell me not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give me that much power because I don't deserve that much power. But yeah, shout out to Larry Wills. Shout out to everybody in that video. Clavicular. Shout out to Myron Gaines. Shout out to everybody, bro. Shout out to all the people out here, content creators. I low key do look up to Amanda Bynes. Like she's like my Statue of Liberty. Like she's my motivation sometimes because when I was a young lad and I was watching the little square box TV I had at the time, she's a star, bro. Like when people said like people like bro, being a star, like Allen Iverson was a star, Kobe was a star. Like back then, it was so many stars, bro. Bow Wow was a star. Like in the movie Like Mike, Nick Cannon was a star. Back then, people knew what it was like to be a star. Like Kai Cenat got that vibe. Like Like, bro, listen. There's still some people who got that shit though, but like, I think everybody got it inside of them for real, for real. No cap. Like being a star, in my opinion, is a skill, no different than any other skill. Because all it is you sitting down and thinking about your image. Sit down and think about your image and like, how do I want? Even with YouTube, it's like, how do I want my videos to look? How do I want this to go? How do I want that? It's marketing yourself. They marketed Amanda Bynes the perfect way. Like I ain't never see nobody just like on camera just doing stupid shit. Every other show was like it had to have a plot. It had to have some real. It had to have like you could have been watching General Hospital. You could have been watching Degrassi. You could have been watching wrestling. All of that has a reason to be there. But her shit was just random. He just running around random. And that shit was hidden. It's one YouTuber who remind me of her though. It's only one that I've seen from my whole time of watching YouTube that remind me of her. I don't know if y'all know who this chick is. Have any of y'all ever heard of Liza Koshy? And she good looking. She got 16.6 subscribers. I like her random, sporadic energy. Now this right here is a bad bit. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Like I ain't gonna lie. She's some fine shit for real. Like people, if you want to know what my type is, she kind of looked like Maya too, the singer. So I told y'all already that I got a massive crush on Maya. So let me see. Should I go to one of her oldest videos? She a female. She got personality, but not every woman could just start acting like her. It's not going to hit the same. I'm telling you. Hold on, let me see. She made a video that got 84 million views. And the video is called Doing This Again, Dollar Store with Liza. That's her name, Liza Koshy. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I have a dollar store around the corner. When I was watching this shit, probably I wasn't on to her like 9 years ago, but I seen one of her shits. Like she one of the OG YouTubers. Like I seen one of her shits like probably was like 7 years ago when I first seen her shit, or maybe even like 4 or 5. So I started watching her shits because it had that Amanda Bynes vibe to it. And what I'm trying to say right now. Oh yeah. She make the mundane seem like fun, if that makes like she give life to the mundane shit. Like I'm gonna show y'all. Like to me, that's what makes a YouTuber a phenomenal YouTuber. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if I'm supposed to really. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Like look at her. Look at her. Look at her intro. This is gonna let you know how hilarious she is, though. Like. Yeah. Yo, what's up? It's your girl Liza.
coming at you aggressively. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today I really feel like going out and buying 50 items for the exact same price. Now where can I do something like that? Well, welcome to the dollar store with Liza, baby. Dude, I thought I was coming to a dollar store. It's a 99-cent store. It's cheaper than I thought. I can afford more now. It's good. God, I love this place. It's like a giant Chinese factory. I mean, everything's made there. You don't have to travel to China. Just go to the dollar store. It's the same thing. Wait, is that offensive or is it true? Oh, come on. Dang. Expensive. God, I love the dollar store. I mean, who doesn't? Probably 50 cents. I hate the dollar store. Speaking of cents, dollar stores don't make any. Well, they make 100 cents for every dollar. Okay. It's just insane to me what you can eat, wear, and wipe your butt with for $1. Yo, I don't know if you guys know, but the dollar store sells a lot of name brands. Brands like Dr. Paper, Cheetos, Ralph Lauren, Feces Cups, and Mountain Rush. Because I got a lot of things to do. Yo, I did not know you could buy pot for $1. Thought it would be higher than that. What? This is only 79 cents? Come on, man. It's a dollar store. Get this cheap stuff out of here. Oh, my God. This is $1? $1? $1? $1?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, it was that part that got me when I was watching it though. I was like, yo, she really retarded. Like, nah, y'all gotta understand, bro. I'm not a big fan of her or anything, but it was just certain times. She's an OG YouTuber, so she's well known in the YouTube community. But if you ask any other like YouTuber that's been doing this, they're like, hell yeah, I know who she is. But y'all gotta know the time period when I was seeing this and how YouTube was back then. That's why that shit was hitting like that back then. But it was that part where I was like, nah, she really know what she's doing with the camera. She know it was like the angles that she was. That's like I don't know if she had somebody recording her or she was putting the camera up herself. I was looking at all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just me trying to. What's good, Alicia? How you feeling? Yeah, it was like you could tell Vines were around that time. That's where a lot of the YouTubers came from Vine. So they had to be creative. I was looking at this shit from an artist standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Goblin a hater. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker be hating. But how you doing, Alicia? Said I'm doing good. That's good. You know what I'm saying? So wait, hold on. So listen. I like her energy. You know what I'm saying? I like her what's the word? I don't know if I can't even think of the fucking word.
Oh, I did not know you could buy pot for $1. Thought it would be higher than that. What? This is only 79 cents? Come on, man. It's a dollar store. Get this cheap stuff out of here. Oh my God, this is $1? $1? $1? Dang, that's so cheap. I can go balls to the wall in this place. Oh, wait, hold on a second. How much would this be at Target? Sorry. And we're here. Okay,
bro, y'all can't tell me that's not funny, bro. Like, that's not some funny shit to y'all. Like some retarded shit though. Like I like stupid shit. I guess that's what it is. Like that's why I told y'all the cousin I grew up with. She don't act like that at all, actually. But my cousin's hilarious to me, bro. Like I like stupid shit make me laugh more than shit that makes sense. Like if it makes sense, I'ma laugh too, depending on what it is. But stupid shit be funny, bro, because it's like I don't know. It's like you gotta really be an idiot to even do that, I don't know. I don't know why I think like that. Haters need love too. Facts. She's she was on the Hot Wing show too. Yeah, she was. She was on that joint. And she was dating some white guy named Uber. What's his name? Goober or some shit. She was dating some white guy back then. I don't know if they're still together. That's where I seen her. Yeah, she was on the Hot Wing show. But yeah, hey, listen, I don't believe in being a goofy either. Like if and that's the weird part, right? Like like I guess I got two different sides, right? Um, Depending on who I'm around, humor is contagious. I don't been around a lot of different people. Um, Even when I was in high school, there was times where I was laughing. I remember my somebody, I'm not gonna say his name, but he came to school with braids, and I was just laughing. Like, nah, it was another time. I'm gonna tell you about the other time. So in middle school, it was me and my homie, right? Uh, uh, it was the end of the day. You know, when it's the end of the day, everybody's just like, I just, I want to just be myself now. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that suit and tie shit is over with. So me and my homie just walking around, and this is something in my neighborhood that we all would do, but it wasn't something we would do in school. But we just start pointing in people's face and laughing. This nigga too ugly, like that. Like, but to me, that's obviously that's funny. But it's funnier when somebody's looking like, what is he talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when somebody's sitting there or they get mad, but like we'll just be pointing in people's face. This nigga hideous. And that I would do that to make my homie laugh, and then vice versa. So we walking around doing that. Now, objectively speaking, that's corny, you know what I'm saying, on some grown man shit. But at the time, it's so stupid, but it's like funny. I don't know if that makes sense, bro. Like it's just stupid shit that just be funny, bro. And shit that be too serious, it just be too serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the humor though. That's the humor. Every neighborhood has their own way of politics of what they'll laugh at, what's too funny, what's not funny, whatever. So I don't know. The way we came up, it was a lot of jokes that were just funny to me. Somebody will say some shit about your shoes. Anything was attackable. That's what made it so funny. Like something you thought was cool, you might have some new shoes on. You just got them. Your mom bought them for you, whatever. And they actually are some nice shoes, but certain people going to find something and they're going to say something and they're going to be able to actually make it based on their level of creativity funny, and people going to start looking at them shoes different, like because that's I don't know, is a dog eat dog type of situation growing up though, for real. I appreciate you, Rachel. Listen, hey, I'm 30 now, you know what I'm saying? I'm still the same though. I'm still the same. Like I'm still the same. Put me in like a environment, a program, a school. You know, listen. I'm not the type of person to joke on nobody at this point. At this age in my life, I don't really do the jokes too much. For me, I've been cut that out. You know what I'm saying? But and to be honest, I never when I was growing up, I would flame with my peers that we really knew each other. We'll flame naturally because that naturally takes place. But certain people would just be too sensitive. It'll lead to fights. It'll turn into other shit, and you know what I'm saying. So it's a time and a place for all of that. So it's a time and a place for everything, bro, and that's the problem, bro. Yeah, being 30 hit different than 29. Like that's it's crazy. Like I never really thought that it would. She said, I love a good sense of humor. I'm silly. Yeah, like, and I mean, like, the thing about it is like everybody got their own sense of humor. So like that's what make it feel so like special and magical. Like I can't even explain it. Like I'm trying to explain that shit and it just make me feel like I'm over explaining. Like I expect a guy to do that. Y'all have your inside jokes on it, though. I get it. You expect the guy to do what? I just thought like this chick is low key like my type, low key. I don't always go for the Spanish chicks either, but like I don't know what it is about her. She just look freaky or some shit. But then she just had a personality that was just different than what I thought it was, probably. I like petite women too. Petite, Spanish, and she just had the outgoing like a motherfucker. I'm like, wait, I fuck with this content. I fuck with her whole swag. You know what I'm saying? She one of them chicks in school I definitely would have flirted with, like without even thinking. I wouldn't even thought like um do a joke like that. Oh, you expect a guy to do a joke or like an inside joke? Yeah, I mean that's the thing. A lot of guys they don't live in their funniness, like funniness, because a lot of serious shit be going on. It'll detach you from your humor. But if you keep your humor in in your in your body, in your psyche, in your around, you'll always get a woman or two. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you better. Uh, the pointing and laughing. Nah, because we used to. You know what it was? Because people gonna misinterpret it. What it was, we would be screaming like we were scared. Like that's why it'd be rib tickling so much because it was an insider though because it was something we would do. It was something that originated from the block. Like it's something on my block that I grew up on where even like certain cousins that was from around the way they know about that and it's not it hasn't invaded the school like it wasn't in the school we kind of like was the next generation that was doing that so it wasn't nobody else around but in the neighborhood like I got one cousin right that we was playing ball outside and my homie he was trying to go so hard we was younger it was like he was like two grades older than the cousin and my homie was trying to go so hard to win and he was starting to make baskets and shit and then he fell on his leg we all thought he was injured and shit like that and then so we gathered around him like yo this you good bro like whatever so this motherfucker hopped up all right my nigga let's go like with this like a demon was in him like this invigorating energy. And at the time, this, that joke that I'm saying about pointing and screaming it was fairly new. But my cousin that's older, he rap and everything, he funny. So his thought was, how can I make this funny? So he the one who he kind of brought that in at that moment too, because he pointed at his leg and started screaming like he was scared instead of reacting like on some gangster shit. He reacted like he was scared and it just was like that was one of the first moments, the births of that shit too. Like it just different times where people did that, and it was just funny. Or you could point in someone's face like, look at this nigga hideous, and it's gonna make people laugh because they're gonna be like, that's mad crazy. That's like first of all you pointing in this nigga face that could lead to a fight. So now you just tripping. You doing some crazy ass shit. And I did that shit in high school one time. Like, I did that shit to somebody, um, and I had somebody that ain't even from the neighborhood laughing, but he fucked with me like that's bro. So but I be quiet a lot of times, so he didn't even think I was gonna do that day. But somebody that came to school with some braids, like, and I was like, this nigga ugly as fuck. Nah. So I kept doing it though. Like I did it for a cool 5 minutes. So my boy, my bro, he had seen that. He was like, "Yo, what's so funny?" And he seen I was pointing at his hairline, and so he started laughing too. And it just shit like that. It just be criminally hilarious. Like, uh, it's weird when you're young. I mean, even when you're older, people laugh at shit that could lead to a fight or that could really destroy a person's confidence. That's what really was. Like, it was some evil shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it won't make somebody rethink what they're doing or doubt themselves or something, it wouldn't even be that funny. But it also depends. You don't got to kill a person confidence to joke. You know, if you funny, you funny. You gonna be funny in any situation, and that's one thing I learned growing up. Like somebody who really funny, they could talk about the teacher, they could talk about anything, and that's why comedians are really comedians because they grow and they're like, all right, I could talk about this, talk about that, but it's their personality that keeps it funny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving out one thing from my neighborhood that to me is just hilarious. Like that shit. Like even if I see a female point in another female face, say you ugly, it's funny. It's not funny that you're pointing in someone's face, calling them ugly. It's funny in the animation of the way you're doing it. That's what makes it funny. It's the acting like they really scaring you right now type shit. That's to me will put me on the floor and have me laughing. Like and now no, listen. Everybody got their own sense of humor. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and the thing about the contagiousness is that say it's me and a bunch of people from my neighborhood, and then you come around and then you do that in front of us, we all falling on the floor like flies because it's the fact that you doing something that was birthed in our neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? It's everything in one. Like, damn, she got the audacity to really catch on and then do that. Like, that's funny in itself. Like, so that person who is getting pointed at, they're gonna feel crazy. And like I said, I don't been around a lot of funny people. Everybody got their own. You know, you hang with somebody for a week, you start talking like them. Y'all, because they gonna be saying they funny shit, and you gonna like, oh nah, yo, that's funny, and you start saying it. Then they laughing just because you saying it, and now it just becomes a weapon, a social weapon. You know what I'm saying? My bad, y'all. I'm chatting right now, bro. Uh, I should recharge my phone, but I'm cold. I don't want to get up. Nah, see, I'm hot right now. I don't know why. I'm hot and hungry. That shit do not feel right. Hot and hungry at the same time, bro. Nah, but yeah, we ain't pointing and laughing. You feel what I'm saying? But that shit, who knows though? If I'm ever around the bro, that shit might happen, bro. Like, cause I might fuck around and do that shit. See, I'm like the type of person I'll flame my homie first before we even flame somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming in flaming you, like so. So I'd rather do that. But if you hang with somebody all the time, you see somebody who's hideous, you just might call it out. And that's the neighborhood. That was the culture we grew up in. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's why I resonate with Max B so much because I could tell him in French Montana they think like how me and my friends thought. Like just everything's funny, like all the time, like nothing serious, like to the point where you in front of the cops, your life on the line, and you still playing around. Like you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be crazy. Um, but yeah, we grown men now, so I take a lot of shit way more. I still might laugh inside my mind, but I look at it like, nah, we gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying? Um, but shit be hilarious, man. Shit be funny, man. I'm gonna lie, she my type too. I ain't gonna lie. But the question really boils down to like what makes a woman your type? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause then now I'm confused because I feel like if anyone could look at her and clearly see she's beautiful, like, is she really your type? You know what I'm saying? Or is she just beautiful? Like that cause like I always say my type is petite and she a little thick. Um, yeah, we had inside jokes. It was jokes on jokes on jokes. Trust me, nah, for real. Like, nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I already get spooky out here. And you say you from New York or something? Like, it get ridiculous. All throughout New York and Chicago and every other borough and every other, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people be heinous. They be crazy. So it's like the more and humor in itself is something, a science to it, right? It's a science to it. So it's like it goes deep. This shit is like before our time. Like when I really started to become more mature and like think about shit, I'm like, people laugh at shit that I don't find funny. So that let me know that how deep the rabbit hole goes with just humor within itself. You know what I'm saying? Like the history and foundations of laughing and where like not only like obviously it's something that people do, but I'm saying like there's a dark side to that shit and there's a good times with it and then there's a wicked way with it. But like I don't like I said I watch comedians and I laugh at they shit. That's where I draw the line as a man. I turn on my favorite comedian, watch a couple clips, maybe find some new comedians and watch some clips and then all right, back to the grind, back to the money, back to whatever it is. But you know what I'm saying? Cause some women will start joking on you, like you know what I'm saying, or like some women will try to use that as a wild card, and that's where I'm drawing a line too on them. Like you know what I'm saying, like in that relationship shit. See, that's one thing I feel like I'm blessed. Like, ain't no chick trying to hit me with that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? No chick ever tried to really, like, they know I like to joke and shit. Me and my friend joke, so they might try to say something about like, nah, y'all women. The thing that make y'all dangerous is like y'all sleeping with a nigga, so y'all observing a nigga, so y'all know what's gonna make him feel insecure, but y'all might not even say it to make him insecure. But when y'all see that it do, then y'all like, all right, we in here. You know what I'm saying? Time to really like stand on that shit a little bit, just because I know it bothers them. Listen, fellas, when it comes to these women, you can't. You got to be like God, untouchable. They cannot see a flaw ever, and that's the problem. Now, if look, if y'all start teasing a nigga, see, I don't mind if a woman teases me about something that she originally coming up with or figuring out. Like, so, oh, this he sleep like this. This is a little weird. See, let me tell y'all men the difference. A woman could tease you once about something and she's innocent. You know what I'm saying? She's innocently doing that. But if she see that it bother you and she do it twice, she don't like you. Or she like you but she immature. And same for us though. Like, if I tell her head shaped like a peanut and she not laughing that much, then you gotta realize that's your girl, that's not your friend. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, but y'all fuck with Liza Koshy, man. I don't know where sexy ass went, man. She not on YouTube no more. Shout out to my boy KD. That ain't going crazy this year. Playing for the Rockets. I've been tuning in. Especially when guys do it to girls in school. My friends was overweight one, so she got made fun of and was jealous of me. I hurt I, I hurt me though. It hurt me though because she was my friend. Yeah, I never picked on no woman ever in my life. That's one thing I just didn't do. None of my friends really did either though. But it's certain niggas though that was around, that was adjacent, that I could, it depends on the girl attitude too, and how some big girls think that they just gonna throw a stone and nobody not gonna say nothing. So that's when it gets spooky and spicy. But outside of that, man, you usually gonna be good. But yeah, some guys out here, they be assholes. They just be doing too much, man. I need some dates right now. I need to chill for, because I be eating these in my smoothies. See, when that hunger strike, that's why I say, are you under a spell or are you just in the mood, man? Y'all let me know when a woman asks you, what we going to do? Why do y'all ask niggas that? I hate that fucking question, man. That question low-key disrespectful, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just now realizing on live right now, like the betrayal in that sentence is deep. Like what do a nigga say to that? Like what time is it? You coming over at 11:30, and you asking me what are we going? I can't stop eating these shits. This is my last one. I gotta stop. This shit tastes like Skittles right now. A Reese cup or some shit. And I got some almond butter. Listen, I ate some of this shit with the almond butter earlier. Because I drank a smoothie and it was a date. It was some dates and it was some almond butter at the bottom of the whatchamacallit, and it tasted just like a Reese cup, I swear to God. See, we got almond butter right here. I gotta get one more just because I gotta experiment real quick. Almond butter smell more like a Reese cup than peanut butter, for real. Hold on, man. we got honey, but we ain't even gonna do all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Female asked me what we gonna do. I'm like, what are we gonna do? I'm trying to cry. There's only two things men want to do: eat and crush. Those are the only two things I'll ever want to do in life. Like eat and crush. I'm like a Loch Ness monster. Feed me and crush me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I promise you, if any of you women out here, if you wanna shake me off your radar, just ask me what we gonna do when we chill. That's how you get me to fall off. It's gonna be like, cause it's hard to really like. I don't listen. I don't know. I promise you, I don't know. Like unless I set up a specific date and that's the vibe, and we gonna go get some coffee or some tea or something, like that's different. Some smoothies, not no coffee, but some smoothies or something like that. We could do that. But stop putting niggas through these gold Olympic medal questions. Like I don't know what we about to do. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that almond butter and all of that shit tastes better than sex right now. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't know what we about to do. Cause I'm in the mood for food, man. My phone's on charge. If I crash, I'm probably drifting to sleep. It's 11:34. May I ask why there's plastic on your chair? Um, it's just something that I decided to do. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Like you know how Kai Cenat, he kept his chair with him. He kept his chair with him. He kept the chair from New York with him. You know what I'm saying? You don't just throw it. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. I can't even see what she said, man. Just say chill and snuggle. That's pretty much what I said. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty much what I said. I ain't going with you. And that's why it's so funny. Hold on, yeah. Let me see. Make her feel comfortable so I could score. Listen, man, it get crazy out here, man. Make your sex drive your next drive, man. Better be your best drive, man. Telling you. Long story short, chat, we might have just came to a heinous end, and we might have to come back in like a couple hours. Don't go. I'm bored. Y'all got me talking that real pimp shit right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm already the social juices is already flowing right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the mental creativity is there. So it's like I can't say nothing wrong. But I'm telling y'all, y'all see how y'all see how see the problem guys, bro, is they need to be leaders. That's it. Like leadership is attractive, bro. And a lot of guys they act like they don't know what to do. But you see how I just was like, I don't know what to say to that. I really don't know what to say to that. But I said what I felt like was right to say. And that's good enough. Like the answer right here that she gave us, it was something along the lines of this. Very simple. See, the thing that's weird about women, bro, is guys want to know what to say to what, right? But it's not really about what you say. It's really about what you are willing to give. Does that make sense? That might have been the coldest shit I ever said. Because a guy with value is not going to give a fucking big ass explanation to some shit. Oh, da 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 da. I'm gonna make sure this is like that, and this will be the perfect place for you, and blah 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 blah. You're just selling. You're selling yourself. You're selling. You're trying to explain shit. So you're really killing. You're really killing your own aura that way. But like she said, oh, we about to chill. Oh, what does that mean? Now she's still thinking like, damn, okay, I gotta go figure out what that means. But if you be like, oh, well, I got this for you, and we're gonna play this game. I got a board game for us, and I'm gonna get dominoes. Now she's like, I might go over there. You feel what I'm saying? You would think that the opposite is true, right? You would think that, and that's the problem, right? Because think about it. She's already talking about doing it without me offering any of that in the first place. Does that make sense? She's already talking about it, and that's the thing, bro. Like she's either gonna do it or she's not, bro. Like and that's what a lot of guys, in my opinion, and me calling myself a dating coach, whatever the case may be, that's what I feel, bro. It's a lot of try hard. You know what I'm saying? Trying hard is not actually attractive, bro. Like that's why I tell y'all too. Direct game is not game. Well, I ain't gonna say it's not game, but it could be game. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like what I'm trying to really say is not all things are gonna end good just because you went direct. And not all things are gonna end good. Like no, most things will end good if you go indirect. I see a lot of guys saying like going indirect is bad, but it's like it's not because it's just less work because she either likes you or she don't. That's what guys are fighting against. That thought right there, that she either likes you or she don't. Because by you saying, "Oh, I see her, she's beautiful," so I'm gonna go ahead and tell her, you look good, and I'm gonna try to put this move on her. And whole time, it's not the move. She either likes you or she don't. The whole time, the whole entire time. So no matter what you would have did, you know what I'm saying? It would have been some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it go back to what Alicia was saying yesterday about the orgasm. She was saying what you were saying. It's all in her head. It's all in your head. It's all about her own desires. You can definitely kill somebody's desires or fucking malfunction their desires by talking too much. And that's what I'm trying to say. When you guys answer these women questions, their objections or their questions or it's not about saying less, but yeah, it is about saying less at the same time. It's not about saying less though. It's about just saying what you want to say. Like that's what me and Rachel talked about all day. Just saying what you want to say is it kills them every time because they like, I can't really figure him out because I don't feel like he's doing too much. So now he's not just talking like he big shit. He's actually embodying that shit. So now I gotta figure that shit out. So y'all could keep killing y'all leads if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Before shit get active. But I'm telling you, you motherfuckers crazy as a motherfucker. Hold on, let me see. I laughed. I let him come over. It was fun. What you talking about? True, it makes sense. Yeah, I got you. Yes, agreed. What y'all talking about? Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. Shorty I'm talking to right now, she live a little bit of a distance, y'all. She live enough of a distance to where we could be live for probably another 15 minutes, another 10 minutes. But who knows? We might get off of here faster than that, just because though. And that's another thing, bro. Like, let's talk about the crush real quick. Let's talk about the crushing. Let's talk about the crushing real quick. A lot of women, this is why a lot of guys be mad at a lot of women. I'm gonna keep it a buck. A lot of guys be pissed off because a lot of guys it take time to prepare sometimes for the crushing. And if a woman flakes on you after you prepare, like your room might even be a little sloppy, you prepare for the crush and she don't even pull up. That shit gonna break your heart. She ain't gonna break my heart. I don't give a flying fuck. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of guys, bro, they ain't gonna be able to really stand it. That's why all these guys be calling coaches, yo, I had this one chick, she she randomly stopped texting me, bro. I don't know. We talked about this the other day on live. She just randomly stopped talking. Just randomly. Bro, you can't blame her, bro. This is where they go wrong. They try to blame. I see, if you had any pinch of game, you would know that blaming a woman for anything is not the game. Because I ain't gonna lie, it was a point. Y'all had me tight. I ain't gonna lie, that had me tight. Not gonna lie. Not for too long though, but yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Or say you walk up to a chick and she turn you down right off the rip, that'll get you too. But that's funny though to me. But that'll get you too. You know what I'm saying? But both of those are devious, but they have to do it. But see, the instant turn down is disrespectful, but it's not worse than telling a nigga you pulling up and you don't do shit but grab that rose instead. That's the ultimate slap in the back of the head. I'm not gonna lie. That's the ultimate slap in the back of the head, bro. Cause you basically saying, nigga, you thought you was getting some. You know what I'm saying? Like an episode of Fresh Prince or some shit. Oh God, guys, do it. Do what? Flake? Time and patience. No, I don't really flake like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying I ain't never done it, but I don't really usually do it. I'm not gonna hold you. Like if we crushing a lot, like flakes can happen, but it's just like I said, that mean the nigga got tired of he got tired of he was that mean I don't know. He just was like, man, I'm crushing too much. You know what I'm saying? He trying to restore his shit. Uh yeah, don't blame. You can't blame because it only make you look mad. And it make you look worse. Like it's like she don't like guys always talk about women doubling back and this and that. That only happens if they it can happen, but it happens when they realize like this motherfucker right here really, you know what I'm saying? Not even on that. You know what I'm saying? Saying something and taking action is two different things. I forgot what I said to make you say that. What's good, Maddie? How you doing? You from New York? I'm just guessing. Alicia says, I'm feeling great. Alicia says, I have, but this guy I had over last night, he never gave up after a year. What you mean? You say you flaked on him and he didn't give up? That's what you're saying? Yo, Maddie, you be flaking on niggas? So you flaked on him and he stood in there and kept trying to talk to you. Explain that. Explain that. Break that down for us, man. Man, them dates still calling my name. I'm about to just end live because there's too much shit going on. I'm gonna have to come back a little later. Maddie, you ain't even. I guess I'm gonna take another guess because obviously you're not from New York or you're trying to gatekeep. But let's just say you from Atlanta. That's where I'm gonna go. And that's my second guess because you said nah. I keep it P. I ain't got time. Okay, you from Florida. Okay, bet. Um, let me see. Make sure you subscribe, Maddie. Alicia said yeah because I didn't really know him. So it took like what, like a couple months? You said it took a year though, like a year, like. And Maddie says she don't flake. She be keeping it P. So okay, bet. She said you be keeping it P. Nah, I respect that. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. Um, yeah. If I come back later, y'all gonna be up. We gonna start going live more like we was doing before, man. We gonna make it make sense. And then just to take it back to the main initial topic that we started off on, I just think conversations is just like a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? Like for you guys out there, you're going to feel like I don't know what to say at this point. This point, that's just the devil tapping you on the arm, telling you that shit. It's not that you don't know what to say. You just gotta fight for that shit sometimes. Like sometimes you it's not clear. Like the path of what to say may not feel clear. So you gotta just I think when I accept that I don't know what to say, like I said earlier, the thought comes. The acknowledgement of like, okay, like shit, I'm trying to fight for something to say. I can't find it. Then something just naturally comes in like, oh, say something about your this or some stupid shit. Cause there's things all around you to talk about all the time. But a lot of people they fold, man. They fold, man. And that's the issue, man, cause she either like you or she don't. And I keep resorting back to that because if you don't know what to say, she still might like you. But if you don't know what to say, then the question becomes, okay, is he just a pretty face with no fucking nuts and no leadership and all of that shit? So now it's another issue. So knowing what to say is uh, um, 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 vital because it shows authority and it shows like masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you don't have to specifically know what to say, but like remember what we said earlier about thinking about topics. You know what I'm saying? Topics are everything, bro, because everything is a topic. Yeah, we about to end the live in a couple minutes. I gotta kind of like get some shit together and shit like that, and just I'll come back maybe later, maybe not though. I ain't gonna lie, but not all year. A lot though. A year later, we fucked. I finally saw him and said yes. But yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of guys be like, they got a mind, they got a thought process of if it don't happen now, it's not gonna happen. And the truth is that that's kind of true usually, usually. But there's a definitely a percentage of the time where that's definitely not happening because especially if y'all stay in each other orbit. That's what it really is. It's like y'all motherfuckers who get a chick on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and then y'all unfollow. Listen, I don't follow a lot of chicks, but at the same time, some of them they get the pass. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know how, but some of them sometimes like depends. It depends. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I meet a chick at the gym, I'm not gonna just unfollow her. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I met you and I approached you and You gave me your number. We don't even gotta really be in contact. I might not unfollow you now. It depends though. You know what I'm saying? Because like she was just saying, everything don't always turn directly into what you're trying to do. So to me, it doesn't really matter, man. I should be so busy. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to life, being busy. Being busy is like a fucking cheat code. Like that's a cheat code. Because it's like being busy means that you don't even know that you don't care. Like you don't not care. You don't know that you don't care. So you on like God level. Like you just don't know that you don't care. For some weird reason, women like niggas who don't know that they don't care. Like if you not caring because you know that it's gonna hurt you to care, now they're gonna keep doing that. And it's like the universe chastising your ass, training you to not care. No, you gotta not even know that you're not caring. You gotta be on God level with that shit. You gotta be a super light skinned nigga. You gotta not even know that she exists unless she's in the realm of existing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. A lot of men orbit a lot of women all the time. Orbiters. They're orbiting her planet, and they're trying to impress her overly. But I'm trying to impress me. You feel what I'm saying? That's the shift. That's the shift. I'm trying to impress me. You know what I'm saying? When I approach women, two men could do the same thing and it could be two different results. I'm trying to do it to get better at what I'm doing. I'm trying to impress myself. What fly shit I'm about to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm intuitively inquisitive about this shit. I'm not trying to have somebody like, oh yeah, good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to see how cold could I be at this shit? And then on top of that, not just on some game shit either, but on some real relationship type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this really gonna be, you know what I'm saying, for you guys out there who wanna have kids, the mother of your kids, or you know what I'm saying, you want to get married or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of guys ain't even gonna put a condom on. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. And that's where y'all niggas gotta miss me on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Cause listen, I like raw sex like anybody else, but I'm telling you right now. See, when you got game, you gotta do everything right. You gotta do everything right. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Hold on, let me see. What time you going live? I'll set the alarm. Maddie, follow me on Snap. Do you got Snap on Insta? You are still talking about relationships. But he'll be here in the morning. But good night. He'll come over and shit. Listen, y'all ladies who got Instagram, Snapchat, you know what I'm saying? Chop it up with me when I'm not on here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to tell you, Rachel, earlier. Cause can't front, like me and Alicia, we on IG now, right? So y'all ladies could DM me and different topics too to talk about too. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I tell y'all to follow me. Think about that. It's way easier for me to go live if y'all tell me, oh, you should talk about this, you should talk about that. I'm saying y'all keep a brother sharp. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It hit different when y'all tell me what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? When y'all tell me what y'all want to hear about. She said, yeah, he come. Yeah. That's the thing too. Like you frequently linking up, frequently seeing each other. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The frequency of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be frequent. You know what I'm saying? People you know what I'm saying? Don't be doing that. I like watching you talk about topics. I appreciate that. I really fucking do. Um yeah. So with that being said, I'm just gonna what you mean you too? You said me too? You meant me too? Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we about to get out of here pretty soon. I like watching. Why? I don't know why. Nah, I know that sounds crazy, but I literally rambled like 50% of this video. We had topics though. Y'all run this video back. Listen, you fellas out there, run this video back. Y'all gonna get nuggets. Y'all gonna get nuggets of game in this video because you gotta learn how to talk without even thinking about what you're about to say. Like right now, I'm thinking about what I'm saying, but I'm kind of just going with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an art, that's a craft, that's a skill, that's a learned behavior. Just like, oh, there's a pretty girl, let me just freeze like a fucking deer in the headlights. That's a learned, it's in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really retrain your nervous system to be like, all right, well, even if I'm wrong, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Like damn near narcissist. Like even if I'm wrong, I'm right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is how it's going. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, that's it. Like I chose this topic to talk about right now. Like I mean, you don't gotta like it. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you like me, you're gonna respond. That's what it might be crazy, but it's crazy and it works. I like watching you also because you get right to the point. Yes, it's very relatable. This is the science of it all, the game. Appreciate y'all ladies for that. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I have zero game. Maybe I have zero game. But y'all are making me feel like I have some game. Nah, hell nah. Hold on, let me see. A lot of people look up to you for some advice. A couple folks have along my journey. You know what I'm saying? A couple folks have, and yeah, I appreciate that. People who do that. Like I said, before I started YouTube, I've been giving advice to people anyway, and I'm no guru, even though that's in my title of my channel, because there's been many people who listen. I still, like I told you, I'm like on a scale of 1 through 10 with game. I'm like a two. I'm like a two. That's how I look at myself. So if y'all say anything above and make me feel anything above that, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm just trying to give, like you said, like y'all lady said, I'm trying to give informative, like you said, stuff that's packaged up that people can unwrap the package and be like, wow, like this is helping my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I think one thing about me that stuck out when I was young was like big bro energy around me. Like I had a lot of bros, but like I think when I was younger, I wanted a big bro. So like niggas in the neighborhood who was naturally good with women or music or whatever. Uh, I just had a un like like I had a like acceptance for game. Like I never would like I was open to learning game. Like I would ask questions and I would I wouldn't doubt that they didn't have it, if that makes sense. Like like I wouldn't doubt it if that makes any sense. Like Lil Wayne with Birdman type shit. Like he's not gonna like be like, like what the fuck am I gonna doubt this motherfucker for? Like this motherfucker way older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like and so I always had an eye to see like, oh nah, this motherfucker smooth or bro right here get bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, but not to add insult to injury, but I got bitches my damn self. So it just like to me, it just like, why wouldn't you give somebody advice? Like who like why would somebody not give somebody advice? That's my whole I guess that's the origin story of game like Will's. Like, why would you motherfuckers gatekeep something? Why would you dare do some bitch ass shit like that? Appreciate the gift, bro. Why would you ever in your fucking life think that information is not abundant for everybody? You know what I'm saying? Also, like I think growing up and like going to church sometimes and shit like that, that also plays a role. Because again, you learn that knowledge is just the cup if overfloweth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's good energy. You know what I'm saying? I like to give advice. I like other people like to give advice. I like when I go on like Instagram, and that's why it's so addicting to scroll because it's always somebody giving some game that you could incorporate and interweave into your life, and it should bring you some type of result now or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like some information you use 3 months from now or 10 months from now or 10 years from now. And that's still good information. If someone tell you to do something and you go do it and you don't see nothing happening, it don't mean it's not working, but you could still tell when somebody, well, you kind of can't tell. Like you can, but you can't. Because like I said, sometimes a motherfucker saying something, but the path you on, because you might be listening to somebody else, but the path you on is blocking what they saying, because like those two paths aren't the same path. So my advice for a lot of people out here, you got to think about paths. Like literally like how God made the earth and it's like trails and paths and roads, like they all cross each other, but they're all not equal and they're all not the same. And they all have different, everything's different. So my advice for people is just be themselves. Like that's what we talked about today anyway. Like your conversation gonna be way more fire if you're being yourself. And I think the word when people say be yourself, that's also a very um what's the word? Mystical. It's like a very mysterious thing to say. But I know when I journal, man, it allows me to get closer to me. That's all I know. Who knows who they are anyway? But I know when I journal, I'm coming. I'm more integrated. I'm more who I am and who I always been, bro. I'm more me. So if I'm more me, then she gonna see that. She gonna feel the transparency. She gonna feel the way my voice sounds. She gonna feel all of that. So I'm not even gonna have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like saying fly shit necessarily. So I think that's the biggest lesson of today. Just stay grounded, get to know yourself, stay on your own path, and grow. Like that's the biggest thing you could do. That's the best thing you could do. And she's either gonna like you or she's not, bro. Like I can't even really make that shit up. Like because like I said, man, even when I was younger, you don't really know why these women liking you, bro. Like you think you know, you think she think you cute. Like that's what your little ass pea brain think. But in reality, man, you don't fucking know because the universe is more grandiose and bigger than even that little girl. You know what I'm saying? So her mind is just, oh, you know, cute face, whatever. But the universe is way more that shit different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nalani, I appreciate you. I'm about to get out of here though. Make sure you subscribe. And before I go, ladies, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you have Snapchat, Instagram, or any media? But yeah, that's it. It's just like grounded and just self. That's it. Like self. Like it's not selfish to be self concerned about like I think about myself. Like that's what it is too. Like think about yourself 7 days a week. If it's 7 days in a week, at least 6 point something, you should be just like trying to get yourself better, bro. Like think about yourself, eat healthy, think about your future, and pave that road that we talked about. Because everybody has it's like a road. Like it's like literally no different in geography. Like it's different parts of the earth and it's different rivers and roads for a reason. Like that's just natural. So it's a lot of women that you ain't even supposed to sleep with, fellas. Like just off general principle. Like ain't got nothing to do with big her, little you. Like you feel what I'm saying? It's just general principle. Like God don't even want that to happen. So the crazy thing is that I always tell guys this, like, because guys think because you learn game that you trying to sleep with every woman. But here's the craziest part. That's a erroneous thought. Why is that an error thought? It's an error because you're assuming that God or the creator would want you to get like every woman to get a piece of you, like as if you're nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're basically thinking the worst of yourself by even thinking that thought. Like every woman is not a good person and every woman is not going to deserve whatever gift God even got down the line. So why would he even let that happen? So y'all only think about the punani, but y'all are not thinking about the bigger picture, like, or vice versa. Like you might be an ain't shit nigga and it's the same thing, but I'm just saying, you know what Kevin Gates said? He said, rejection is protection. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times rejection is protection. Frequency is sequency. You know what I'm saying? The frequency going be the sequence. The frequency going to be the sequence because that woman don't even like you. So you approached her, you said some fly shit, she don't like you. So that fly shit, that's to assume everybody ears is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all see the first domino, but not the big play. Like you tell this woman you beautiful, and it just make her feel like, okay, it's another guy complimenting me. You tell this other woman she beautiful, she really appreciating that. So you know everybody ain't the same, but you still act like everybody the same. See what I'm saying? That's why the path makes sense. The you look outside, even throughout history, there are different paths, creeks, valleys, whatever. They're all different. They're all unique. Like your voice, your game, your way of thought, your thought process, and how you get where you get, all of that's different. All of that's unique. And so therefore, AKA is special. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think it's special, bro, that's a personal problem. See what I'm saying? So that's why I say journaling really gets you to that. It gets you to the bare bones of you because a lot of people do have self-esteem issues, bro. Like if you look at my bio, it says self-esteem coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't no woman, God didn't put no woman here to make you think highly of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You either do or you don't. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it all the way a fucking stack. I'm gonna keep it all the way a fucking stack. Like they're just witnessing, like if you do or don't, like that they're just witnessing that shit. They don't really know. They don't have nothing to do with it. Like they're just looking and saying, "Oh, who do he think he is? He look like he think he the shit. So I'm gonna go on fuck with him, see if he really on that. Or this guy over here, this guy kind of think he the shit. I see him trying to act like he the shit, but I ain't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? They just going based off like, you know what I'm saying, like whatever is hitting their nervous system the right way. Nobody the same. Yeah. And so that's why even hanging around people could curse you. Hanging around people could curse you and without them even trying to curse you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like indirectly. Cause you every time you choose to hang with somebody, you're changing the path of your life. But who taught you that? Who told you that? Nobody. Human beings are on paths. So you hang with somebody, you naturally changing your path. Without even no one had to do nothing to you. You just hanging with the wrong person. Damn, why my energy drained? Why I feel so bad? Yeah, our path choose us. And then we choose our path that we already, you feel what I'm saying? Like we could change a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe we could change a lot of things. We a lot more is in our hands than we've been told. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because scientists and biology, like we know that we could really change a lot of stuff, you know, but we can't change. Like we could changing something is different than shifting something. Like you can't change certain shit, but you could shift certain shit. So you could impact. You got impact. You could impact certain shit. You know what I'm saying you could impact and you could shift the trajectory of some shit, but you can't really change something. Like that's what I had also realized too. Like when we talking about game, like you can't change. You can't really change. Like if a woman don't like you, like that's a perfect abuse. It's always going. That's going to always be a beautiful um, analogy. Like like you can't change nothing, but you could shift. You could influence it. Like you could influence it. Like I ain't gonna lie. like and game is the perfect analogy to show what I'm talking about. Like you can influence some shit. I ain't gonna lie. Human beings are highly influenceable, but harder to change because if we're talking about change, like what do we mean by that? You know what I'm saying? What do we even mean by that? You know what I'm saying? It usually take death or the threat of a death or something that crazy to change somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's usually like people don't track this or don't realize this, but it usually takes something traumatic to change somebody. But in order to shift something, that could be motivation, it could be verbal, it could be, you know what I'm saying, it could just be, you know, by means of manipulation. I mean, it could be people could be shift. You could shift somebody's thoughts, perceptions, and feelings and shit like that. But to change somebody, bro, like yes, I like that better than the path chooses us. You can tell when you're thinking on what to say. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna come back though. We gonna lock back in. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I like Rachel giving a lot of input, and we gonna definitely get right back to that. Probably somewhere around 2 o'clock. If we come back, it's gonna be around 2 o'clock. I appreciate you, Leisha. Appreciate you, Rachel. Appreciate all the new subscribers and shit like that. Listen, a lot is in store, man. A lot is in store. A lot is in store. All right, Nalani, make sure you subscribe. Um, 2 2 o'clock. I'll set the alarm. Yeah, like it's gonna be 1 o'clock in like a half an hour, so probably two. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna see y'all soon, man. Much love, much love, much love.